one, camera mark.
And action.
I'm the script supervisor.
I'm first AC for camera A.
Second AD.
Best boy electric.
Focus puller.
I'm about to run this right here and man the camera.
Thank you, bye-bye. We've got over 20, 25 students that have worked really hard all semester preparing for this month-long experience.
Oh yeah, the standards have definitely been raised. You ready for me or no?
Normally we do films in 3 days,
We do a lot of student films.
and this has been like 4 weeks plus an entire semester of prep.
This is just insanely different.
The respect that I have for anybody doing group work on a feature film is through the roof.
On set this week, we have Stephen Baldwin.
Let's leave him to do the miracles and me to handle the business.
On the technical side, it was better than anything I've ever experienced before. Kudos to Huntington University.
I'm afraid our conversation ends right here.
We also have casted Bethany Lind. She's on Ozarks and a DC series right now.
You just left, you didn't call, I thought you were dead.
I think this is an amazingly immersive experience. I wish I had had something like this.
Pros come in, and they've come in from all over the country. Our department heads.
The first 2 weeks of mentorship, I mean, it's a lot of teaching. Let's see if I can catch any more. It's fun to see where the students are now. We're on week 4, day 17. We're getting there now. I think it's good to walk away.
I think everybody on this project is in a little bit over our heads. But the prerequisite for being used by God is self-doubt. And we are all being used by God.
All of us are here and gifted with different things by God, and all of those pieces are going to fit together and make a really incredible movie.
I think that I'm like way more capable of like hard labor than I thought I was.
I think I've definitely become more confident in myself in the process of being able to figure stuff out when there's a problem.
Making movies is hard, but it's definitely it's meaningful because it's bigger than you.
I definitely think God is teaching me patience. I have learned how to take things with stride.
We want the way that we make movies to reflect our Christian faith. That's almost more important to me, that our students are seeing that. That's convenient, thank you. I hope that they can take something of what we're doing and live out their faith no matter what movie set they're on.
Folks, that is a picture wrap. Woo! We just made our movie.
Forest Glen Park for the last time during the 2023 Crossroads League tournament. Preston Husband alongside Carson Watkins here tonight. It is Huntington University taking on Indiana Wesleyan for all the marbles. Either one of these teams tonight can advance to the NAIA National Tournament with a win. It's been a long road here for both sides, but tonight they'll be able to get their aces on the mound. The last time these two teams met, they have met twice in this tournament, but the last time they met, it was Indiana Wesleyan that won 5-1. In the previous matchup, HU won by 9 runs, 12-3. So we will go through some starting lineups here in just a little bit. We'll have the national anthem, and then Carson and I will introduce you to both these teams, and we will see who takes home the trophy here tonight. You're watching Foresters Baseball on FDN Sports.
State Bank is a cornerstone of the community. Our banking building blocks were assembled in 1911 and haven't differed much since then. We still stay true to our local roots, aiming to support, uplift, and celebrate the citizens and businesses of Huntington. As proud lenders to and patrons of our local businesses, we make our community an even more prosperous place. And when you support local banking, you play an important role in Huntington's success stories. No matter what financial products you may need, your business is an invaluable opportunity for us to strengthen our relationship with Huntington, which we're fortunate enough to call home. Bippa State Bank is banking at its best. We believe in community banking.
As the owner of JJ's, I invite you to visit one of our 7 BP convenience stores. And when you do, I expect you will experience hometown excellence in the cleanest and friendliest convenience stores in your community. Please also consider visiting JJ Java for the best cup of coffee in town, or JJ's Pit Stop for a quick, no appointment necessary professional oil change. Also, if you ever need a clean and efficient environment in which to do laundry, JJ's washroom is ready to serve you.
Tonight's matchup at Forest Glen Park, as mentioned, between Huntington University and the Indiana Wesleyan Wildcats. Take a look at how HU will line up defensively here today. The same lineup that they've used in every single game in this tournament. Jarrett Gray will be in left, Ian McCutcheon in the center, Bryce Deckman in right field, and then around the infield is Wolf, Satchel Wilson, Langston Gitter, Jordan Malott, Sebastian Coons doing the catching, and they get their ace on the mound, Graham Collin. In the last time out, Graham Collin against this same Indiana Wesleyan team went 8 innings, only gave up 2 earned, and HU was rolling in this tournament, but they were pushed back by this IWU team in their second matchup. It was the Wildcats that won 5-1. HU had to win their first game today against St. Francis. They did do that, and that is where we are today. Let's take a look at the away lineup for the Indiana Wildcats for this evening. They line up in a similar fashion as well as they have in every game this year. Lucas Gooden leading it off, potential player of the year in the conference. Evan Salmon batting second. MJ Stavala has had a nice tournament in the 3 spot. Nick Wiley, he homered earlier in the week. Ty Matthews, Colby Jenkins, Jeff Morton, Caleb Engelsman, and Luke Roman. We're planning on a 6:10 start. We're also waiting on the umpires and the national anthem. We'll take another short break. We'll get Carson on the mic and talk more about what he expects out of Huntington's ace tonight, facing up off against Drew Young. We'll be right back on FDN Sports.
I'm Megan Hosteller. I'm the producer of the In the Beginning, Our Purpose event, and currently we are getting ready for Britt Nicole to come in and just have an intimate worship night with here at HU with all of our students. We're currently getting ready for the camera team to come in, as well as the lighting and everything like that. Our whole team has just put in a lot of effort and time into this event, and we're just really excited to see how it pays off.
One of the big goals for this project is from our community. We want to bring people into this worship night to come in and have a really great experience, to be impacted. We want people to come in and worship God, and ultimately the goal is about finding our purpose. A lot of people are trying to figure out, hey, what's my purpose? Where am I supposed to be going? What am I supposed to be doing the next 5-10 years? There's going to be a lot of change happening. So what am I supposed to be doing? So the goal of the event is to help people find that purpose through worshiping God, through asking the Holy Spirit to grant us wisdom in these moments, grant us wisdom this night as we sing praises to you, as we receive wisdom from you, as we receive your truth tonight, and ultimately come together in a corporate community to praise you together.
When I saw the name of this, actually the first time I saw it, I think was like on Instagram, and I was like, wow, this is so cool. In the beginning, our purpose, like this is truly why we were designed and created, was to worship God, you know? And so I love the name of it. I love that, you know, they had a heart and a vision to bring this to their school. And honestly, I've just been so excited, like leading up this whole month, just my spirit has felt really excited and stirred for what God is going to do tonight. What's cool about it is it doesn't feel like it's about like one particular person. It just feels like, even the way it's set up, it just feels like this is about everyone and just coming together for one purpose.
We have the meeting at the plates between the two sides, and we are back at Forest Glen Park. Huntington University taking on Indiana Wesleyan here tonight. Take a look at their last matchup. Indiana Wesleyan got a great start by Buckley, and that Forester offense that looked so good the night prior could not get anything going.
Yeah, 5 hits on the night, only 1 across the plate, and you know, you had to feel for the Huntington pitchers. They were doing all they could, and some batted ball luck just wasn't going their way, and they couldn't pull it out. Now it's do or die here. This is for all the marbles. Unbelievable.
Yeah, these two teams have already met twice in this tournament. It was all HU the previous meeting on Friday night. IWU turned around the very next evening and was able to, as I mentioned, get a really solid start by their sophomore on the mound. And HU, of course, hit a couple balls hard, but not really anything to show for it. HU's offense got going a little bit against St. Francis in today's first game, and that is what led HU to be able to play in this championship here tonight. Two teams that met obviously 4 times in the regular season, and we will meet for the 3rd time tonight in the Crossroads League tournament. We will have the national anthem here coming up next, and then we will have first pitch between Indiana Wesleyan and Huntington University. We'll be right back on FDN Sports.
This is how we like to do it.
As the owner of JJ's, I invite you to visit one of our 7 BP convenience stores. And when you do, I expect you will experience hometown excellence in the cleanest and friendliest convenience stores in your community. Please also consider visiting JJ Java for the best cup of coffee in town, or JJ's Pit Stop for a quick, no appointment necessary professional oil change. Also, if you ever need a clean and efficient environment in which to do laundry, JJ's washroom is ready to serve you.
Bippa State Bank is a cornerstone of the community. Our banking building blocks were assembled in 1911 and haven't differed much since then. We still stay true to our local roots, aiming to support, uplift, and celebrate the citizens and businesses of Huntington. As proud lenders to and patrons of our local businesses, we make our community an even more prosperous place. And when you support local banking, you play an important role in Huntington's success stories. No matter what financial products you may need, your business is an invaluable opportunity for us to strengthen our relationship with Huntington, which we're fortunate enough to call home. Bippa State Bank is banking at its best. We believe in community banking.
We are back in Forest Glen Park. It has been a long Crossroads League tournament road for both these sides, and tonight we will crown a champion. Graham Collin back out on the mound for Huntington University. This is exactly the guy the Foresters want to see out on the bump.
Yeah, he had an amazing performance Friday night. Obviously, you go to the loser's bracket, he had to play today, and they thought they had to play Monday. They thought they weren't going to get their ace. The rain might have saved him. He's looking at the same performance he did the other night. We'll see if they expect if he's dealing. We'll see how far he can go, but Only 2 pitchers used in the day cap. That's huge. Grant Simmons and Noah Arbuckle were not used. So therefore, they're going to look to their ace again, see if he can have the same performance. The sophomore out of Homestead looking for the performance of his life to send his team to the national tournament.
And these teams met 6 times now this season, and Indiana Wesleyan has won 4 of them. And the most recent one was a victory for Indiana Wesleyan in this tournament. They'll meet best of 3 tonight. Huntington keeps their same dark jerseys on. Indiana Wesleyan in the gray, and we've got a full house at Forest Glen Park. Graham Collin gets us going. The pitch. That's out wide, 1-0.
Yeah, we'll see if there's any difference made for the Wildcats. Obviously, they've seen him now twice. They played him earlier this year, and they saw him on Friday night. We'll see if they found what they were missing.
Collin drops strike 1 in there. It's a 1-1 count. Lucas Gooden, potential player of the year in the conference, at the plate. The pitch, that one's too far out wide. And Collin has pitched against this team twice this year. He has gone 8 innings in both starts, Carson. The 2-1, swing and a miss.
Yeah, we'll see what, like I said before, we'll see what they're expecting out of him. They have a fresh bullpen. So, I mean, they'll take 8 innings out of him if he gets through 8. But if things get hairy, he can just take a seat.
That one's too low, and it's a full count right away to Gooden. One of the best stolen base threats in all of America, really, at the plate. Don't want to walk him if you're Collin. The pitch, this is lifted to right field. Back on it is Deckman, and it's gone. So no stolen bases necessary. It's a leadoff bomb for Lucas Gooden.
That 310 is so inviting to hitters like that. And sometimes you say, oh, you got it way over 310. That was only 311. Deckman gave it everything he could. And just like that, it's 1-0 off of 1 swing. Take a look here. Collin tried to blow a fastball by him, just left it over the heart of the plate. Deckman thought he had a play on it, looked around, jumped up, and just missed it. I mean, he was a little bit off it. I don't know if he would have had it if he tried, but not to start the Foresters wanted. He battles back from a full count and gives it the long ball.
Lucas Gooden. Remember that name. He's the potential player of the year in this conference. And he just put a stamp on that one. Barely snuck it out of here, but it is a 1-0 advantage for IWU. The 0-2 to Salmon. That's in there, strike 3 called. So Collin battles right back, 1 down here in the top of the first.
Yeah, that's what you want to see from him right there. Didn't get flustered, keep it going. The thing is, the Foresters got to give him run support. You're not expecting him to go 8 again. That one just a little low. It clips the zone. He knew it. He takes a walk off.
The pitch, foul ball. That one's going to sting for Stavola as he's down in the box. So an early 0-1 count. And you look at Lucas Gooden, he hits for average, for power. He's stolen the most bases in the league, and he plays a really solid third base. So in many ways, he's your stereotypical, 5-tool player. We've talked about guys like that in this conference, and he's maybe the best example of all of them.
Yeah, for sure. He's just good around the board. He shows. I mean, that ball does not leave another inch of this park, but that one right there.
This one's popped up to the right side. We'll see if someone has a play. It looks like Coons will, and he'll make the grab. So 2 quick outs in a row after the leadoff homer from Gooden.
Yeah, that's what you need. And like I said before, we'll have to see. I mean, he's the player of the year, potentially. I'll take a look here. This one, low in the zone. Catches the end of the bat. Take a good look at it, and nice little F2.
Nick Wiley will step up. He's had a great tournament as well. Here is the pitch. Fouled away to the right side. Counts 0-1. Wiley on the season is hitting .291. 12 home runs. He's added to that total in this tournament. Here's the 0-1. That is just outside. Count at 1-1. And, we talked about the intensity in the last time these two met just a few nights ago. Now it goes up one more level as they're planning to extend their seasons. Breaking ball foul to the left side, heads up in the Forrester dugout. Counts 1-2. Colin did give up one in the last start against IWU as well. So,
if I'm not mistaken, obviously it was a little bit later in the game. He would have appreciated it, but
here's the pitch. Breaking ball hit up the middle. Going to be a tough play for Wilson. He collects and throws it into right field. Wiley on his way to second, and he's going to slide head first safely as Satchel Wilson makes a tough throwing error there here in the top of the first.
Satchel Wilson has been as smooth as they come at shortstop. Not right now. I mean, he tried. Ginder took a slide at it. You got to eat that one, Preston. There was no reason to throw that like that. I think he probably trusted himself to get it over there. You have to have a little bit more game awareness than that. He's one of the best shortstops in our league. He's one of the best shortstops in the NAIA. That's a crucial error right there.
It could be extremely crucial if now Matthews can knock in Wiley, the pitch. Big swing and a miss. But Colin, in his last start, did give up that one run in the first. And we kind of wondered, are the nerves getting to the sophomore? And then he dialed it in. So we'll see if he can do that again tonight. Here's the 0-1. That is just out of the zone. The count's 1-1. In from Wilson there, it really looked like he had no chance of throwing out Wiley. So like you said, just putting that one in his back pocket may have been the way to go.
I mean, that was
swing and a miss.
That was quite possibly. I mean, I'm trying not to be disrespectful here, but you think you're in the championship game, you spin around. It looked a little just amateur from Wilson there at shortstop. I don't want to rag on him too much. I love the kid. He's a great player, but sometimes you just got to eat that one, like I said.
Collins hoping to make sure it doesn't matter. The pitch outside just a little bit. It's 2-2. That was off the plate.
Yeah.
We have seen that pitch called by several of these umpires out here this week, though. But in a championship game, every pitch matters just a little bit more. Here's the set. And the 2-2. Hit up the middle. That's going to get down, and that error is going to count because here comes Wiley from third. He scores standing up, and it is a 2-0 advantage for the Wildcats.
Yeah, really good piece of hitting there. That one splits the gap. He keeps that one on the inside. Was looking to ring him up with it. McCutcheon comes in, but no chance with Wiley, speedy runner.
So that's 2 earned already on Colin. In his first 2 starts against this side, he's only given up 3 earned total. That one's high. Colby Jenkins steps in.
Yeah,
he's doing the catching tonight. Go ahead.
Satchel Wilson's going to have to make up for that with his bat here real soon, if he can.
Gave up scoring position. And then that single makes it 2-0 for IWU. Here's the pitch. That's too high, and now it's 2-0.
If the bats can wake up, this could all be void. But right now you're sitting here, Collins throwing several pitches. This is not how you wanted to start. Halfway down through the order already.
Pitch. That's in there on the inside corner. Yeah, you're really making your pitcher work now. Already over 20 pitches.
Grant Simmons and Noah Arbuckle sending the Forrester bullpen a life raft, however.
Here's the 2-1. Swing and a miss.
I imagine unless things get completely out of control, I imagine they're going to try to look for 90-plus pitches from Graham Collin tonight. And it's going to probably be up to someone like Joey Butts to get some innings, too. And at the end of the day, it's going to be up to the offense.
Here comes the pitch. Fouled away. Count stays at 2-2. And you can hear the fans for Indiana Wesleyan and Huntington with each pitch kind of feel their emotions heighten a little bit.
Postseason baseball doesn't get any realer than this.
Here comes the 2-2. Fouled sharply, but out of play.
You heard a lot of gasp there off the bat. If I'm Colin here, I'm looking for a strikeout pitch. I won off that mound. That's a lonely, lonely place right now for Graham Collin.
Here comes the 2-2. Breaking ball is out of the zone. Thinking he had a free base was Jenkins, but the count is full.
Really close play there at first, too.
Yeah.
Kuntz, both of them thought they had a free base.
Matthews just being able to dive back in there kept this inning alive. Nearly a heads-up play by Coons. Big pitch already here early for Colin. Here it comes. Swing and a miss. Colin gets the K, but it's the Wildcats that get 2 runs. 2-0 advantage. We head to the bottom of the inning. Huntington looking to get some back. Lucas Gooden has Iwu running quickly. We'll be back after this short break.
Bippa State Bank is a cornerstone of the community. Our banking building blocks were assembled in 1911 and haven't differed much since then. We still stay true to our local roots, aiming to support, uplift, and celebrate the citizens and businesses of Huntington. As proud lenders to and patrons of our local businesses, we make our community an even more prosperous place. And when you support local banking, you play an important role in Huntington's success stories. No matter what financial products you may need, your business is an invaluable opportunity for us to strengthen our relationship with Huntington, which we're fortunate enough to call home. Bippa State Bank is banking at its best. We believe in community banking.
It's a 2-0 advantage after just half of an inning here at Forest Glen Park for the Indiana Wesleyan Wildcats, and a little bit of a change for them here tonight. Their ace, Drew Young, was in the lineup and expected to start, but he is now scratched from that start, and it'll be Will Eldridge making the start on the mound. Take a look at their defense. Colby Jenkins in left, MJ Stavola in center, Evan Solomon in right, Lucas Gooden, Morton at second base, Nick Wiley, and then Will Eldridge and Roman behind the plate. For the Foresters, Wilson, McCutcheon, Ginder, Wolf, Gray, Coons, Malott, Mosier, and Deckman. So Eldridge gets the surprising start, and he starts his day with a ball in the dirt to Wilson.
We'll see what they do outside of the bullpen. Like you said, they're going to move their ace. You certainly hope he's just not injured. That's what the concern is right now. He might have, hopefully he didn't hurt himself during pregame warm-up somehow.
The pitch. Wilson fouls it away. Yeah, you definitely don't hope that on any team, obviously. And if Iwu were to win this game and say their ace is injured, we don't want to assume anything, but that would be quite the blow to them. Wilson pokes this to the right side. Diving for it is Roman. He is not going to make the play. Wilson runs into Wiley, and he's down on the turf, but he is safe.
Looks like he's all right.
Good sportsmanship there by those two.
Take a look here. That was a great stop there at second. That one could have got by. Just kind of fumbled it there. Got a good throw off and tried to pull him off the bag. Surprised. I'm not sure. Preston, you probably know this a little bit better than me, but I'm not sure what the rule is. Sometimes you'll get second on that, but I think because he got pulled off the bag and wasn't a direct interference, he won't get second.
Yeah, Wilson would have had to try to advance, which he did not. That does go as a base hit for Wilson. And McCutcheon steps in now. He's down 0-1. McCutcheon started to swing a little better bat there in the first game today for HU. One of the most consistent hitters in this lineup. That one's in there for strike two, and it's quickly 0-2.
Yeah, McCutcheon, they're going to really need him to produce here at the 2 spot today. Get on base, get speedy runners, try and move Satchel over and set the table for Ginder.
Wilson gets back to first. McCutcheon has a big gap there through the right side. Exactly where Wilson just hit it. Here's a 1-2. And he tries going that way, and it's just foul. It's actually still 0-2.
Yeah, if that one stays on the other side of the bag, that one's going all the way to the fence. And it probably scores Wilson. It's really inviting over there.
McCutcheon waits. Eldridge with the pitch. That's way too high.
Good stop there. to pop up and avoid that. I mean, even if that goes by, it was blazing to the plate. It probably would have just bounced right back to him unless it caught the net.
Here comes the pitch. Hit hard, left side, Engelsman to his stomach. He'll have to throw across the diamond, and it's not in time. 2 infield singles setting up a rally for the Foresters.
Yep, this is just what they needed. Another play, another really hard-hit ball to the middle infield. He has a much better play at this. He gives that second to look at Satchel. I think he might have been safe regardless. And this is exactly what they need. You got to wipe them out. That was a horrible top of the first. A couple runs here, it's all for naught. You give Graham Collin a fresh slate.
And Langston Ginder steps in. The best power hitter in this HU lineup. Obviously with a 370 average nearly this season. Can get it done in a lot of ways. Right now he's even in the count at 1-1. We saw lefty in the top of the first take it over the short porch. We'll see if Ginder can do the same. The pitch, he tried to there, but now he's down the count 1-2.
Even if I was 2 runners, I'd like to see something get through the outfield, possibly any way possible, stay out of the double play, and I think you could, if you can get this one way to the outfield, you can at least probably move McCutcheon to third.
That one's on the outside corner, strike 3 looking, and Ginder will head back to the dugout. And that'll leave it up next for Matt Wolf.
Yeah, that one's just too close to take, Preston, at this juncture of the game. It looks like it was outside. A great frame job there. Gets it right in. And I mentioned in the first game, when you're framing, you just got to have a little push, and he gave him enough that it got back over the plate. I'd like to see a little bit more consistency, Preston, on those outside pitches. Graham Collin got a couple balls on very similar pitches. I'd like to see a little bit more consistency from the zone tonight.
Eldridge will try to throw a second. That pitch was definitely off the plate.
Still a little risky to take.
Yep. But if he's going to call it, these hitters are going to have to adjust and try to put the ball in play. Matt Wolf now, the pitch. Big swing and a miss. He hit 2 home runs against these Wildcats just a couple nights ago, but then had a quiet outing against Buckley for Indiana Wesleyan the next time around.
Everyone had a quiet outing against Buckley next time around.
Here comes the 0-1. That one's low, runners off, to throw goes to third, and Satchel Wilson dives in safely, and McCutcheon's in standing up at second. Another really close play with Satchel Wilson on the base paths.
I don't know if you heard it, Preston, but I heard a couple seats slammed and foot stomped and come-ons coming out there. It was pretty close. I thought he was in there, but that's what they needed. Now they got runners in scoring position. Anything in the outfield, they're 1 run away.
Here comes the 1-1 from Eldridge. Wolf fouls it away, and now Eldridge only a pitch away from striking out the second straight batter.
Take a look here. This is the best view we're going to. Oh, he's there. He misses the tag.
Yep.
Even if he was late on the throw, he missed the tag. That's a great call there by the umpire.
Wolf now has been strikeout prone. He's got to find a way to put the ball in play here for HU. Takes that one too high.
Yeah, sometimes you have that with power hitters. Sometimes it's a little bit all or nothing. And you'll take that when it's all, but it hurts when it's nothing, Preston.
And right now, HU would at least take 1, even with the sac fly. Eldridge looking for another K. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball up the middle, off Eldridge. That one's going to squeak through. Wolf's going to have an infield single. McCutcheon up to third. And HU has 1 run without leaving the infield in the bottom of the first.
That is insane. I imagine it has to go as a base hit.
Yeah.
It ricochets off the pitcher. It was slow enough that thank goodness didn't hurt him. He made a charge that they were shifting Wolf. He charges out of the box, and just like that, runners on the corners and giving Graham Collins some much-needed rest. They got to stay out of the double play here and try to tie this ball game up if at all possible.
Jarrett Gray will get the chance. He's grown up and lived his entire life in Huntington. Now he plays his biggest game in his hometown. The pitch, swings, fouls it to the left side.
Foresters have been accustomed to heartbreaking losses in this game, Preston. And a lot of these guys have had the brunt of it these last 4 or 5 years, and they have a bit of a national tournament drought. They expect a lot out of these guys. This is a program with some history. They want to get back there.
Doesn't chase on that one. Yeah, as you mentioned, the last time they've won this tournament was 2017. IWU just won it in 2021. These two teams have the same exact record on the year as well. Foul back.
Yeah, Forrester snuck into that 2 seed the last day of the season. Now they pretty much, after Taylor went away, they got home field. I mean, they had home field advantage regardless, but.
You know, the IWU fans have traveled really well here. They've made a lot of noise here through the first inning. Eldridge with the 1-2. Fouled away. Gray stays alive.
I've called about every sport at Huntington. There hasn't been an IWU crowd that hasn't traveled well.
Yeah,
women's soccer, volleyball, men's soccer, baseball. They're a passionate fan base. A lot of success amongst those teams.
Yep, they consistently are one of the top teams in the Crossroads League in nearly any sport, especially men's basketball over recent years. Here's the pitch. That one's too high. So Wolf remains at first, McCutcheon at third, and Coach Frame maybe giving some signs here. Maybe something on in a 2-2 count.
Yeah, we'll see. Wolf's not the speediest guy, so they could just take the out, but they would possibly be getting up McCutcheon.
That one's fouled.
Probably that one looked fair off the bat and just kind of took a bad spin. Like I said, if you get down that first base line, it's trouble. Even I'm not sure. I'm not sure if Wolf got a jump. He has a nice lead over there.
The pitch, fouled away again. So Jarrett Gray making Eldridge use a lot of bullets, and this is kind of like what we saw out of Colin in the first out of HU.
Yeah, that's what they needed to do. They need to get this pitch count up, but I'm still curious about the pitcher who was supposed to start and what's going on there. See if they use him as a bullpen arm.
Gray lifts this left field. We'll see if they test the arm. The catch, here comes McCutcheon. He's going to slide, and he's tagged out at the plate. An incredible play by Evan Salmon keeps this game 2-1 in favor of Indiana Wesleyan. Salmon goes to a knee, he delivers a strike, and we go to the second. IWU up 2-1.
As the owner of JJ's, I invite you to visit one of our 7 BP convenience stores. And when you do, I expect you will experience hometown excellence in the cleanest and friendliest convenience stores in your community. Please also consider visiting JJ Java for the best cup of coffee in town, or JJ's Pit Stop for a quick, no appointment necessary professional oil change. Also, if you ever need a clean and efficient environment in which to do laundry, JJ's washroom is ready to serve you.
An exciting first inning has Indiana Wesleyan up 2-1 over Huntington University, and Evan Salmon just made one of the best plays you'll see in this tournament. Going to a dive and throwing out a speedy Ian McCutcheon at the plate. HU had a chance for more than one, but Carson, that's all they got.
Yeah, I think they'll take it. What Colin just really needs a 1-2-3 here. The offense is feeling pretty good about the offense right now. If you're the Foresters, you just got to really focus up on defense, avoid errors, and the bottom 3 here, they're still pretty tough, but you can get 1-2-3 here, you can get back to the offense. It's going to be a game of momentum. This is going to buckle up. We're in for a long one.
It's Colin back out there for inning number 2. Give up those 2 earned in the first. He'll face Jeff Morton to start it. Power guy for the Wildcats. That one is outside. 2-0 pitch, lifted to the left side. That's out of play.
Strike he very much needed.
Colin, the righty, trying to settle back in here in this second inning. Here comes the pitch. That one is low. And now it's 3-1. Graham Collin from the windup and the pitch. Lifted into left field, actually going to stay in the infield. Matt Wolf is underneath it and makes the grab in the shadows, and 1 up, 1 down here for HU.
Really good play there. Matt Wolf camped under it. Needed that out. Like I said, Graham Collin, it's gonna be huge if you can just get us 1-2-3. Keep that pitch count low, especially going back up to Gooden.
Collins' first pitch to Engelsman, breaking ball in there for a strike. Engel's been on the air, just 1 home run, 239 hitter, 38 runs knocked in. He's had a solid tournament though, the 0-1. That's low. Graham Collin already up to 33 pitches. So definitely something HU wants to see is quick innings out of him, and he's got 2 quick outs. If Ginder can make a routine play, and he does. 2 up, 2 down.
If you announcer jinx that one, I think I was going to rip that headset off your head there. I'm glad he got it. You're like, oh, let me make sure he gets that one.
Yeah, Ginder's pretty sharp over there.
You ever had, what, you don't mind me asking, do you ever like a announcer jinx? What's been your worst one? Do you have one?
I mean, probably like free throws, I would say.
Yeah, those are the tough ones.
You know, Zach Goodline, like a 90% free throw shooter, and then he'll miss one.
Yeah.
Seems to be the most common.
Those ones are a little too easy.
Luke Roman at the plate. He's struggled on the year, 199. Here's the pitch. That one's in there for a strike. Counts even at 1-1.
I don't know if you remember Caleb Middlesworth. He graduated last year.
Oh, yeah.
Center for the Foresters. He didn't miss a free throw, and I, for some reason, mentioned that, and sure enough.
Happens to the best of us, right?
Yeah.
That one's a little too low. The count's 2-1.
Jim Nance said, he's like, I don't want to hear about it. I'm just giving you information. And stuff happens.
Exactly. I can't help that. Here comes the 2-1 pitch. That's in there, and the count's 2-2.
Strikeout pitch right here. Maybe try a curveball on the outside. See if you can get in the chase. I'm comfortable with a full count here if I can take it.
The pitch is low, and now we're going to a full count. Roman, the second baseman, has had 1 chance in the field. Now he's got his first chance at the plate. The 3-2. That one's inside, and that'll bring up the leadoff man, Gooden, and that is not what you want if you're Graham Collin.
No, that was the last thing he wanted. I thought he tried to paint that inside corner, couldn't spot it how he wanted to. Now it's going to be up to Gooden. We'll see what he can do. He honestly had a rough night against Collin, but all that's a wash now.
Walk a 199 hitter, and you get to face the potential player of the year who already has hit a home run in this game. Tough trade-off. Here's the pitch. Right down the middle.
I'd like to see him try to see what they can do. I get that you have him in the left-handed box there, but if you have a chance, Roman's taking a big old lead there. Yeah, they're going to try to pick him off, but like I said, he's taking a big old lead.
Gooden hit a solo shot just over the tall wall in right field to start this game.
Deckman gave it all he could. I mean, I thought he almost had it.
That one's outside, and it's 1-1.
Deckman's almost had the 2 best plays of this tournament, was an inch off both times.
Yeah, he just needed a little more vertical on that last one.
He had a good, I think he was also like about an inch away from it regardless. I mean, it was close, though.
This one's grounded right side foul. 1-2 count. Gooden, a tough guy to strike out, though.
Really liked him a lot there, just going for it. You don't know what's foul or not. Don't risk that and make Deckman go all the way out to the corner there and score Roman.
Graham Collin from the waist. The 1-2 pitch. Fouled away. Heads up down the line once again. Count remains 1-2. It's a busy left field area. If you're standing or sitting over there, you always got to be paying attention to the game.
It's a beautiful view, though.
Here's the 1-2. Ground ball softly right side. Malott over. He will take it himself, and HU has a scoreless top of the second. They'll get a chance with the bats to tie this up. We move on. Bottom of the second inning when we come back.
This is how we like to do it.
Back at Forest Glen Park, a 2-1 advantage for the Indiana Wesleyan Wildcats, and Those guys right there are looking to add another run on and tie this up in the bottom of the second, Carson.
Yeah, that's the outing they wanted from Con. Obviously, you'll take the 1-2-3, but an unassisted ground out to first base from Gooden. If he left the park again, oh boy, things would have been treacherous in the Forester bullpen.
Coach Thad Frame, his first year as the head man for Huntington University. Here's the pitch. It's a swing and a miss by Coons. 305 hitter. Eldridge not expected to start this one, but here he is in a big game, obviously, for both sides. No one's inside. Coons 305, 7 homers, 43 runs knocked in. Good on base percentage. Here's the pitch. That one's too low.
What you like to see from your catcher? Catchers notoriously usually low batting averages, but they usually know what the umpire's looking for, which helps.
Eldridge with the 2-1. That's too high, and it's 3-1, so Eldridge had a few of those actually in between the innings. He was throwing them to the backstop, so maybe something to watch. The footing could be giving Eldridge some issues. Here comes the 3-1. That one is inside, and it's a 5-pitch walk. Leadoff man on, and that should bring out a courtesy runner for Sebastian Coons as well.
Guess not. Oh, there he is. Took a minute.
So Coons finds his way on. Both innings have started with the leadoff man getting on for HU. And, you know, Carson, we expected a pitcher's duel. I guess it still could end up being that. But already 3 runs combined in the bottom of the second.
Yeah, when Indiana Wesleyan loses their ace, that's pretty tough. See what the Forester's bats can do.
The pitch. Grounded softly left side. Gooden gets the short hop. He'll go to first and make a nice play to retire him a lot. Moving up to second was Kelshire. And now it's a man on second with 1 out for HU.
I'm not sure. It looked like Gooden could have had a play at second. That's I think he could have doubled him up there or got the lead runner. It's a questionable play there at third by Gooden. And on that replay, it looked like he had plenty of time to try to get the out at second.
Here's the pitch. Mosier takes low. Great block back there by Jenkins. And I think Gooden also had to get that short hop, which made it a little more difficult. He didn't have that natural bounce off the turf maybe he was expecting. Here comes the 1-0. Mosier takes high. It's 2-0. Mosier in the 8th spot again tonight. 295 hitter. Quiet day against St. Francis, looking for his first hit. This one's lifted into shallow center field. Going out on it is Roman, and he gets spun around and makes the catch. He was the only one that had a chance, and he's the one that made the play.
Yeah, really good play here from Roman. I thought that was a bloop single all the way. He is bolting out there, gets spun around, and catches it on the descent, almost loses his footing. Good play there by Kelsheimer, too, holding up and just, really good.
That brings up Bryce Deckman, 9-hitter today for HU. First pitch from Eldridge, breaking ball, swing and a miss.
If he was a little bit more confident, he might have just kept going and thought he was like, oh, he's going to bloop it in there, I'll be halfway home, but he decided to hold it up and just said, okay, if he bloops it, I might be able to try for third.
The pitch, that's low. Deckman had a hit in the game against St. Francis, 1 for 4. He'd come up with an awfully big hit here for his side now. Here's the 1-1. Breaking ball in there, strike 2. Deckman does look a little out of sorts at the plate, I'd say.
Yeah.
Just really not seeing the ball all that well right now, but all that could change. Hits this one left side. Engelsman comes up on it, throws it across, and he will take care of Deckman, and that will take care of the Foresters. So we head to the 3rd inning. It's still 2-1. Indiana Wesleyan on top when we come back.
Bippa State Bank is a cornerstone of the community. Our banking building blocks were assembled in 1911 and haven't differed much since then. We still stay true to our local roots, aiming to support, uplift, and celebrate the citizens and businesses of Huntington. As proud lenders to and patrons of our local businesses, we make our community an even more prosperous place. And when you support local banking, you play an important role in Huntington's success stories. No matter what financial products you may need, your business is an invaluable opportunity for us to strengthen our relationship with Huntington, which we're fortunate enough to call home. Bippa State Bank is banking at its best. We believe in community banking.
A lot of Wildcats fans here tonight, and they're hoping to cheer their team on to a spot in the NAIA tournament from the Crossroads League. There's only 2 spots, and Taylor's already locked up theirs, and now either Indiana Wesleyan or HU will have a spot next.
Yeah, Taylor's surprisingly quick elimination for this tournament really flipped it on its head.
Salmon lifts one up right behind home plate, and that makes its way onto the roof. See if it comes back down. It did not.
A lot of, these teams were probably thinking, okay, Taylor's probably going to make it to the championship game. Let's just get there and take the second automatic bid.
And right now, I mean, it only leaves 1 spot for these 2 teams.
Yep.
So winner moves on. Here comes the 1-1. Swing and a miss. There are some rowdy HU fans here tonight. Right down below us. They're feeling good.
Yeah. Like I said,
that's low.
They've had a rough couple tournaments. They won, I forget my freshman year, the 2019 season, if they won the tournament or won the regular season. They went to the national tournament. Sophomore year canceled for the pandemic. Junior year gives up a bloop single to lose against Mount Vernon in the bottom of the 9th. Last year somehow rallied down 4 against Taylor just to fly out and flip the order.
Right now, though, Colin giving up some leadoff walks and doesn't have that same control, but as you mentioned, it's been heartbreak for HU. And they're looking to flip that script here tonight.
Yeah, I mean, looks like Taylor had a click going to the top of the 9th, and then they just started hitting home runs, and we're like, oh my gosh, they have all the momentum, but even then they were pretty much out of arms, and even if they would have had to play a game 2, it was a stretch.
Throw over, close play, but diving in safely there was Salmon.
So they're ready to change their fortunes, and their fans are behind them. Look, a lot of legends on the field right now, HU legends.
Pitch, ground ball, this could be 2. Ginder over to Wilson to first, and it is 2. That middle duo continues to roll double play balls, and that gets Colin out a little bit of trouble here in the top of the 3rd.
I mentioned HU legends. How about 2 of them combining for a play here? A really good play. Doubled them up, and leadoff walks don't matter when you got in the middle infield like that.
I'm sure Thad Frame would agree with you in that aspect, but I bet he doesn't want to see any more leadoff walks.
Yeah, that's probably true.
Wiley hits one left side. Satchel Wilson's going to have to make another good play on the run in time. 1-2-3 inning for Graham Collin. His defense picks him up. Satchel Wilson on the move, delivers the throw, and now he's got a chance at the plate to lead off the bottom of the 3rd. When we come back,
BP convenience stores. And when you do, I expect you will experience hometown excellence in the cleanest and friendliest convenience stores in your community. Please also consider visiting JJ Java for the best cup of coffee in town, or JJ's Pit Stop for a quick, no appointment necessary professional oil change. Also, if you ever need a clean and efficient environment in which to do laundry, JJ's Washroom is ready to serve you.
back at Forest Glen Park, we showed the Wildcats fans, but obviously a lot of HU fans here as this is their home park, and after that inning, they're feeling a little more comfortable.
Yeah, that's the inning Graham Collin needed. I mean, he's been solid since that first inning, and I mean, obviously, Satchel Wilson has made a great play, but that one's gonna have to sit in the back of his mind for a little bit as he comes to the plate. That one he had a little bit earlier, where he spiked the balls trying to make a great play, but regardless, it's still 2-1. A lot of baseball we played.
Wilson fouls one off his foot here. It's already 2 we've seen tonight.
Yeah, like you said, just stings.
Obviously, in a game like this, though, you get that adrenaline going and maybe don't feel it after a few more swings. Eldridge, 0-1. That hits Wilson, so he will feel that one, I guess, for a few more pitches. As he continues to get hit by pitches, that is now his 5th hit by pitch in this tournament.
Yeah, and you could just see the frustration. That breaking ball never breaks. I think he tried to protect it with that elbow guard. He spikes it as bad, and I mean, you got to be frustrated. It was pretty controversial the other night. I think, I'm not going to sit up here and say that was intentional, but if there's another 1 or 2 tonight, if you're the umpiring crew, you might, don't accuse anybody of anything, but say, hey, you really got to try to get over the plate with this guy.
Yeah, I don't think that one was intentional. It looked like a breaking ball even that could have just backed up. But Wilson is taking a little extra time, and there are certain times you would feel like maybe something is intentional, but in a 2-1 game in the championship, bottom 3, you feel like that's just a pitch that got away from Eldridge. Yeah. This one's hit up the middle. It could be 2 now for Indiana Wesleyan. Tag play from the second baseman is made. So Roman gets the 1 on Wilson, and McCutcheon's safe at first.
Yeah, that was pretty close. I'll take a look at this one here. That one was scorched up the middle and almost gloved there. We'll have to see. Satchel Wilson. Looks like it got him.
So smart play there by Roman to at least eliminate the lead runner. That'll bring up Ginder. He struck out looking his first time up on a questionable outside fastball. I'm sure he'll be ready to swing this time.
Yeah, and just for clarifying, I wasn't accusing anybody of
intentionally
intentionally hitting it. I was just saying if it keeps happening, you might as well say something.
Yep, 2-0.
Especially if HU finds himself in a place where it looks like they might lose and it hits them again, then emotions might boil over.
Yeah, you're right, 100%. I mean, these guys have already played 6 times this year, so they don't necessarily care for each other. And, one of these teams is going to end the other one's season, so the emotions are already high.
Yeah.
Ginder waits. Here's the 2-0. That's down low, and now it's 3-0, so we've had this conversation all tournament long. Eldridge struggling with his command. Your best hitter at the plate. Yes or no?
Take.
All right, we'll take a look.
If you ground to a double play, it's going to be backbreaking.
3-0 pitch. Ginder does take. It's in there for a strike, and it's 3-1. And what do you really lose? Because now it's a 3-1 count, and you might get the same exact pitch.
Exactly. I mean, you still have a chance for the walk. You have a potential to see at least 2 more pitches.
Ginder takes that one. It is wide, and it is a walk, so the 1 strike in between does not matter. And that'll bring up Matt Wolf now to the plate.
Yeah, I'm usually a take on 3-0 most times. There's sometimes I appreciate it, but if he grounds out one straight to short or second, which that's where he usually will pull. You ground into a double play, and all of a sudden all your momentum's gone. Now you got a powerful hitter with 2 on.
Matt Wolf singled off of Eldridge's leg in the first inning and knocked in a run. Usually a guy that has a lot of pop, looking to at least tie it up here for H. Here comes the pitch. That one's lifted left field. Over on it is Solman. It's going to drop in. Here comes the runner Ginder from second. That's McCutcheon that throws offline. Ian McCutcheon scores this time, and Matt Wolf bloops one in to tie it up at 2.
Unbelievable play here. I wasn't sure if they were just going to load the bases up. He gunned down McCutcheon his last at-bat. Takes off he's on his feet this time. Last time he gunned him down from his knee. This one far off. I mean, I understand you can't go for the cutoff man there. I'd like to see that at the pitcher. You have a much better chance there on a play. But Foresters will certainly take the tie.
So Ginder is now on second. McCutcheon was the one that scored the run. Matt Wolf, 2 for 2 with both runs knocked in on his part.
I understand you have the confidence from your gunning him down last time. I really like to see that one go to the cutoff man.
The 1-0. Gray takes a breaking ball for a strike. So Jarrett Gray seems to have been in this position a few times this tournament. In the last game, he came up big against St. Francis. This time he's up 2-1. And what better? We saw it on the basketball team this year. Hank Pulver, a local Huntington North kid, and now Jarrett Gray, also a Huntington grad, has a chance to really come up with the first huge hit of the night. Breaking ball, catches the corner, 2-2.
Yeah, a lot of these guys grew up around the team. I mean, Coach Frame, both of them are in the community quite a bit. It's like a family here.
The pitch. Gray rips it center field, back on it Morton. He'll make the grab. On to third goes Ginder. Wolf will stay at first, so Gray at least moves the runner up, and now a pass ball gives HU the lead. Gray put a good barrel on that one, Carson, just right at someone.
Yeah, I mean, that one, like we said, 400 dead center is hard to do, and Morton makes a perfect read on it. Sebastian Coots, game one hero. He's looking for another big swing here, and if you're Graham Collin, you got to be thinking, okay, this is what I need. I need to keep dialing pitches. My offense just got to pick him up.
The pitch, too low. Yeah, as you mentioned, Coons with a grand slam in his first at bat against the Wildcats in this tournament. I think HU would just take a hit here. Eldridge with the 1-0. That one's too low, and Jenkins able to cover it up.
Yeah, it's not a far backstop back there. It's about the length of that H. I mean, it's quite a bit away, especially when you consider the pitcher.
Good hitters count. Down too low, and now it's 3-0, and you got to be thinking Coons is taken again here.
Yeah, definitely.
Jordan Malott on deck. HU trying to take their first lead of the night. Here comes the 3-0. Down too low, and now it's 4-0. And that's a walk. No one says 4-0. I'm not sure where I was going there. But either way, it's a 4-pitch walk. Coons will touch first, and he will get his courtesy runner once again.
Someone warming up now in the end. You don't want to see him bullpen. That is the advantage they get. Foresters only use 2 pitchers a day, so, I mean, pretty darn similar. They're going to have a nearly clean bullpen. Grant Simmons obviously not going to throw. He's thrown.
Yeah, Grant Simmons threw a lot of pitches in that last game, but he did enough to get his team over the top. And now that leaves your other starters as well available. Obviously, Arbuckle won't throw either, but really those are the only 2 guys probably unavailable for this game.
Absolutely. We'll have to see. This is a long mound visit, and we'll probably just try to get the out here, but also give some warm-ups in case. And the freshman Malott, the big opportunity here.
That's Evan Fry that's warming up down the right field line for Indiana Wesleyan. We've seen him in this tournament as well. Jordan Malott, a chance to give HU the lead. Here's the pitch. Big swing and a miss.
He was going for that one, all of it. Malott having a great year. Going to be a future piece for this team.
Eldridge with the 0-1. That's too low, and again, Jenkins does a nice job. With Ginder on third, I'm thinking if anything gets relatively far away at all from Jenkins, he's going to go. Here's the 1-1. That's too high, and Eldridge right now battling his command a little bit.
Yeah, you don't want to walk the leading run home, most certainly.
Iwu jumped out, 2-0. HU's battle back. Here's the pitch. Lifted left field. Salmon back on it. We'll see if he has room. He's at the wall, and he's able to make the catch, and that will retire the side. So a long foul out there by Jordan Malott. HU battles back and ties it up. We head to the 4th. Graham Collin back out on the mound when we come back.
As the owner of JJ's, I invite you to visit one of our 7 BP convenience stores. And when you do, I expect you will experience hometown excellence in the cleanest and friendliest convenience stores in your community. Please also consider visiting JJ Java for the best cup of coffee in town, or JJ's Pit Stop for a quick, no appointment necessary professional oil change. Also, if you ever need a clean, efficient environment in which to do laundry, JJ's washroom is ready to serve you.
Take a look into the HU dugout. They have just tied it up at 2 runs. IWU took an early 2-0 lead. HU with 1 in the first and 1 in the third. And now Graham Collin back out there, and it's, as you mentioned, brand new ball game for him.
Yeah, that's what they needed, really. I mean, that first batter home run was pretty demoralizing.
First pitch to Matthews, and that hits him. So leadoff man on once again against Graham Collin.
Maybe he just likes throwing little play balls, but this one just doesn't break again. I mean, it might have just been a fastball, really.
Yeah, it looked like a running fastball that just ended up hitting him. And like I mentioned, Thad Frame has seen his ace give up a lot of early contact and early leadoff men on the bases. Good pick over there.
Yeah, but he's not giving up runs.
Right.
At the end of the day, that's what matters. But, I mean, if he keeps walking people and they give up runs, then things are going to be in trouble. You just want to control yourself.
Jenkins pops this one straight up on the infield. Ginder behind it, and he makes the catch. And we may have just broke the record for the highest ball hit here at the Crossroads League tournament.
Yeah, that one might have visited the stratosphere for a second. Langston Ginder, big out, closing out a spectacular career here at Forest Glen Park.
No wind here tonight, really, so that's helpful that when a ball is hit that high, pretty much know where it's heading. That'll bring up Morton now, 0 for 1 tonight. First pitch out of the zone.
Also had a shallow fly out to Matt Wolf.
I don't think that Ty Matthews is a stolen base threat usually, but you never know in a tight game like this. Pitch outside. Morton is a home run threat, though, with 11 on the year. So Collin's going to have to be careful here. The pitch. That's in there for a strike. Feels like these games go by so quickly when they're must-wins. It just feels like everything is so much more emotional. Every pitch is that much bigger, and I've just been involved in these games before, and it just feels like, wow, we're in the 7th inning already, or man, we're in the 9th, and you know, now one of these teams needs a run. Just goes by quickly when everything's that much higher at stake.
Yeah, I know. You look up, it's the 4th already. You're kind of like, oh, shoot, wow.
And I guess my closest interaction to a game like this would be like a sectional baseball game in high school. Obviously, you only play 7 innings, but you're like an hour into the game, and you're like, oh, my goodness, this is the 5th inning. Like, we got to get going, or our season's over. Every pitch is that much bigger here. Morton takes out wide, and Collin has walked another one. That's his 3rd walk on the night. Now runners are on 1st and 2nd for IWU.
Engelsman coming to the plate. He did ground out to Langston Ginder. His last at bat is what Graham Collins looking for again.
It looks like a lefty might be getting ready in that HU bullpen as well. Maybe see another starting pitcher come in for HU if Collin continues to get in trouble. Already at 62 pitches. First to Engelsman, foul back. Collins 2.59 ERA, the best in the Crossroads League. Here's the 0-1. That's in there for strike 2. That's Pappenbrock getting ready, correct?
Yep.
That's what I thought.
For some reason, I was already to say I was blanking on his name. I was like, oh, it's Pappenbrock, yep.
Got that glove that you can't miss. Big pitch right here for Collin. Engelsman down 0-2. That's low. Now it's 1-2.
Fine there. Try getting the chase on it. Still your count.
Up next is Luke Roman, who bats 199 on the year. So Collin definitely wants to attack these two. He does not want to see Lucas Gooden in this inning. Breaking ball, strike 3 called. Collin picks up his 3rd K of the night. And now he will get to face the 9-hole hitter, Luke Roman up next.
He did walk him last time. We'll have to see what kind of, but I mean, I'd imagine, I'm not sure what, if he will see Gooden here in this inning. If he does, there's a mound visit. Probably just, hey, this is what we got to do. I wonder if he has to see Gooden again, I wonder if that'll be the end of his day, especially with the lefty.
And they're actually going to pull Roman here and hit Bryce Ginder. So Bryce Ginder is going to come to the plate. He has had a very nice, really, season, but overall his tournament has been extremely solid. He's the backup catcher for this team. He had a few starts yesterday when they played 2 games, or I guess that would have been Saturday. And so now he gets a chance here early, and it's Rich Benjamin trying to be a little aggressive and see if he can get some offense from a pinch hitter.
Yeah, that's one of the benefits of the rules in this league. You're allowed to have a pinch hitter and keep your defense aligned.
Yeah, and then Roman could even come in again and hit later in the game, so it's a little different when you get to college baseball. So now he'll face Ginder. Backup catcher, has had 2 starts in this tournament. Collins, first pitch to him. Fouled straight back. Ginder had a good cut at it. Langston Ginder's cousin, both Carroll alums. He's trying to come up with a big hit for his side. Collins trying to keep it tied. Here's the 0-1. Up and away. HU's battle back. Now it's Iwu trying to take the lead again. The 1-1. Outside, now 2-1. Waiting on deck is Lucas Gooden, who's got a solo shot tonight. Ginder, a .346 hitter, though, no slouch at the plate himself. Here comes the 2-1. Hit hard over Langston Ginder's head. That gets down. McCutcheon in on it. That scores a run for Indiana Wesleyan, and they've taken back the lead. And Rich Benjamin, with the first coaching move of the night, is extremely successful in that.
Yeah, Langston Ginder gave everything he had to this one. That one just blooped, and he tries for it. It was just way over his head. We'll see if they decide to let him face Gooden again. What's been the word of the tournament? BABIP.
Look back at the walk, though, to Jeff Morton. You also hit Matthews, so the first 2 guys are on without really having to swing the bat at all, and that kind of is what hurt Colin tonight a couple times.
If he's really got to try to get Gooden out again, he got unassisted ground ball to anything in the outfield. Just the outfielder's got to make a beat on it.
That one's in there, first strike. The count's 1-1. And Colin is not struggled against this Iwu team at all this year until tonight. He's thrown 8 innings in each of his first 2 starts against the Wildcats. The 1-1. That's away.
You're a heck of a pitcher. If you give up 3 runs, it counts as a struggle. But yeah, this is not the Grand Colin we saw Friday night.
So it looks like we're stopping play here for a moment. They're going to put Roman back in to run for Ginder. So those 2 are just flip-flopping.
Yeah, they're probably going to try to steal the bag here.
I would expect Coons to throw the ball down to second here if he steals.
Yeah. Even if maybe you can try to get Satchel to cut it off. And the first thing they do, they're going to try to pick him off.
2-1 count. One of the most dangerous hitters in all of the Crossroads League at the plate. Here's the 2-1. Lifted out of play left side. Count is even at 2-2.
Strikeout here would be nice for Colin. I'm wondering if this is his last inning.
He's at 70 pitches. I think if he gets through this, you maybe give him 1 more. But if Gooden can strike again, things start to open up for Indiana Wesleyan. Close play at first. Roman dives back in safely. 2-2 pitch, 2 outs. It's now a 3-2 game. Indiana Wesleyan ahead, and that one again is a close play, but
oh, he dropped it.
A couple of those throws have been a little offline, and if Colin throws that down the right field line, I mean, HU's down 2 runs. The sophomore on the mound sets. The pitch. That's outside. Now it's full. Decision pitch up next. The runner from first will be off on the pitch. Morton at third will wait to see what Gooden can do.
I try to blow a fastball by him here. Don't give him a cookie, but try to get past him.
The pitch. Gooden fouls it straight back, and it still is full. Just a tough guy to get out.
I like that. I like that pitch right there.
We've seen Gooden already leave the yard once tonight. He's grounded out to first the other time. His third chance. His team up 1. Colin. Breaking ball lifted in the air and out of play again. And the count remains full.
2 of the best players in the Crossroads League having a great battle right now.
You feel like the more pitches Gooden sees, though, the bigger advantage he gets. He's already seen Colin a lot this year. See how it works out. The pitch. That one's up and away, and it's a walk, and Evan Salmon will come to the plate with the bases loaded. That's already 4 walks now for Graham Collin on the night.
And they'll leave him in there. But they really want him to get out of this inning.
Just hasn't had his best stuff here this evening. As you mentioned, if he can just get out of it against Salmon, HU will only be down 1, but now Evan Salmon has a chance to blow this one open a little bit. The pitch. That gets away from the catcher. Here comes the runner from third, and Coons can't pick it up. Another run scores, and now it's 4-2 Indiana Wesleyan.
Yeah, that's just a really unlucky break there. I mean, he was trying to fish it out of the ground there. Take a look here. Probably just stay on the backstop view here. He just throwing it inside. It takes a bounce off of the netting there, and then he slides for it, and it bounces away from his hand.
And I think that he crossed up his catcher, Coons. I think Coons was expecting a breaking ball, and Colin threw a fastball, and it crossed him up, and that miscommunication led to another IWU run.
You got to get this out here if you're Graham Collin, or I imagine this is his last batter regardless.
Here's the pitch. Salmon swung, so it's 1-1.
I think it was a strike anyways.
Sure looked like it. Salmon on the year, 13 home runs. He's homered once in this tournament. Here comes the 1-1 from Colin. Breaking ball fouled off into the Forrester dugout again. The count is now 1-2. And as you mentioned, like, to give your team a chance and really your offense a chance, Colin needs to keep it right here.
Forsters, I mean, they can handle a large deficit, but you prefer not to.
Swing and a miss. Colin does hold him right there. It's 2 more for Indiana Wesleyan, and they will head to the field and the mound after this short break. We're through 3 innings. Indiana Wesleyan up 4-2 over Huntington University.
How we like to do it.
The IWU fans having a good time right now as they see their team on the smiling side of the scoreboard, up 4-2. And for HU, they're going to have to battle back once again. IWU is, you know, coming into this game, the 3 seed, the tournament I should say. And right now, they feel like they're the 1 seed, and they've got a great crowd here tonight at Forest Glen Park on the campus of Huntington University. Those guys not as happy currently, but they've battled back from a 2-run deficit already tonight, and they're looking to do that again. Eldridge still out there. Max Mosier at the plate. Here's the first pitch. That's down too low. Mosier 0 for 1 on the night. Deckman on deck, and then the top of the lineup, Satchel Wilson, will follow. Here's a 1-0. Mosier accidentally puts it in play, but it's foul. It looks like Deckman may not get a chance to hit. He's not on deck currently. Here's the 1-1. Hit to the left side. Gooden backs up on it. He's got a long throw. Skips it over, and it's in time. Mosier out by a step as Gooden's able to get rid of that one. Take a close look here. Gooden backed up on the ball. Created a longer throw. And he skipped it over there. How about just in time? Nice stretch over there by the first baseman as well. And Gooden and Wiley connect for the first out. This one's popped up right side. Giving it chase is Wiley. Comstock at the plate. This is first at bat in this tournament. So Deckman is not getting the at-bat this time. The pitch, that's up. 1-1 count. Even in a championship game, you have to be ready for absolutely anything. And Noah Comstock right now has a chance to provide a little spark for HU. Here's the 1-1. That's up and away, and it's 2-1. Satchel Wilson waits on deck. Eldridge trying to get through a scoreless fourth here with 2 more outs. The pitch. Comstock fouls that straight back off the home plate umpire, and he's going to need a little break. That one really connected there. So his partners are going to come in and make sure he's all right.
It's a scary job sometimes, and that's a 1 in a million possibility. You see hundreds of pitches a day, but one can really get you.
Yeah, he took that one right off the center of the mask, and right now they're just going to check and make sure he's okay. So this gives Eldridge a little time to talk over his next pitch with Jenkins. Indiana Wesleyan going to try to bring some water out to the home plate man, and also an athletic trainer maybe to check in as well. So what needs to change right now for the pitching approach for HU to kind of keep this IWU offense at bay?
Gotta stop walking him, and I mean, I know I kind of, he's walking people, he's throwing ground balls. It's not working. Forrester's defense has played a little bit better. I mean, fortunately they cost themselves a run with their defense earlier in the game. They stop blocking people, they induce ground balls, they get out of innings a lot quicker. It's going to help, but still, I still want to see a little bit more production from the offense.
Yeah, those 2 runs, 1 in the first and 1 in the third, and right now, already 1 gone here in the bottom of the 4th. Thad Frame obviously looking for offense as well, taking Deckman out and giving Comstock a chance here. So home plate umpire ready to roll again, and the count's 2-2. Here's the pitch. That one's hit to the right side. Roman over on it. He'll throw over, and Comstock is retired. So 2 up, 2 down. Eldridge kind of settling in now for Indiana Wesleyan.
Yeah, that's what they needed. They probably, like I said, I'm still unaware why they took the starting pitcher out. They were intending to pitch, but this is the performance they needed on short notice.
Satchel Wilson steps in. His 3rd chance at the plate tonight. He was hit by a pitch his last time up. Singled his first time to second base. That one's out of the zone. Ian McCutcheon on deck, and then if you can get it to Langston Ginder, you'd feel pretty good about your chances here, down 2. The pitch. That one is in the zone. The count is 1-1. The pitch. Wilson takes outside. Now it's 2-1. Eldridge has 3 walks, and it seems like some of these HU guys are coming up and ready to swing. I wonder if they were to make Eldridge throw more pitches, if they could maybe get on base a little more. That one was perfect by Eldridge. Maybe just make him throw a few more and see if he'll give you a base. Eldridge sets. Here's the 2-2. Wilson lifts it center field. Morton coming in. He is there in time, and it is a perfect 1-2-3 inning for the Wildcats. We head to the 5th inning, over halfway through this game. Indiana Wesleyan in charge, 4-2.
Bippa State Bank is a cornerstone of the community. Our banking building blocks were assembled in 1911 and haven't differed much since then. We still stay true to our local roots, aiming to support, uplift, and celebrate the citizens and businesses of Huntington. As proud lenders to and patrons of our local businesses, we make our community an even more prosperous place. And when you support local banking, you play an important role in Huntington's success stories. No matter what financial products you may need, your business is an invaluable opportunity for us to strengthen our relationship with Huntington, which we're fortunate enough to call home. Bippa State Bank is banking at its best. We believe in community banking.
A very nice night at Forest Glen Park. Everything is still, and if you look at the scoreboard, it is still Indiana Wesleyan on top as their fans continue to bring the energy for their side. And, you know, right now, Graham Collins still has a chance to get through 5 innings here if he can have a clean inning. First pitch to Stavola is down low, 1-0 count.
He really needs to go out there and put his offense in a position to get back in this game with McCutcheon and Ginder coming up.
That's in there for a strike. It's a 1-1 count.
You could not walk the leadoff guy again if you're Colin.
Yeah, giving up a lot of free bases tonight is Graham Collin. Here's the 1-1 pitch. That one's in there, strike 2. You know, last inning, that's what hurt him. He hit a batter to start the inning, walked another one, and a couple base hits and a pass ball cost him 2 runs. 2-2 count here. As I mentioned, this game just continues to shorten. You start counting your outs if you're the team trailing. Here's the 2-2. Stavola hits it softly left side. That's going to be a foul ball. And the count remains 2 balls and 2 strikes.
And it's just slowly developing, and you sit there and you don't want to watch your season go down the hourglass. I know I said hourglass. It's a lot of tension right now.
Here's the 0-2. Lifted right side. Coming in on it is Comstock, and he will make the grab. So his first chance, and he makes it. Collin goes 2-2 on the hitter and gets him out here to start the inning. So just exactly what Thad Frame was looking for.
Yeah, you really like Deckman's defense. Comstock has a nice glove too, but Comstock has the bat that Deckman unfortunately doesn't have right now, and you got to go all out. You feel bad for Deckman. He almost had that home run robbery. He's had a couple really good plays, but you need the bat right now.
Just inside to Wiley.
And it's highly likely if HE finds themselves back in this game, they'll send him back out to right for his glove.
That's in there for a strike. It's 1-1.
A lot of tough decisions right now for Thad Frame. As you said, these outs are becoming harder to come by.
That one's outside. It's a 2-1 count.
Coming to the championship game, do or die with 27. You just got to start watching them click by, and you just hope that you can get some runs in between them.
Swing and a miss by Wiley. And you had it set up exactly how you wanted. I mean, you wanted Graham Collin in this game, and tonight, unfortunately, he just hasn't had his best stuff yet. 2-2 pitch. That one's low, and now it's 3-2. Here comes the payoff pitch. That's down too low, and it's the 5th walk of the night for Graham Collin.
Ty Matthews has been on base twice tonight. He walked his last time.
I mean, if you just look at the season for Graham Collin, 5 walks would have been completely out of your mind coming in today.
Absolutely. I mean, 4 days rest is a lot of ask somebody, but he might pull a ground double here. He won't.
Nope, Satchel Wilson makes his second error of the night. And now the inning stays alive for Indiana Wesleyan. Just a routine ground ball double play here. Satchel Wilson unable to make this play, though.
You've seen Satchel Wilson make that play 100 times in this park.
Things just not bouncing the Foresters' way right now.
I thought for sure the inning was over there, Preston.
Definitely should have been for the Foresters, but the Wildcats don't care. They want to add more on. The pitch. That one is down too low. It's 1-0. So right when Colin looks like, he gets back in the zone, rolls a double play, it's a mistake by Wilson, and now this game could get awfully difficult to come back in if IWU can add some more on. Lifted to center field. Here comes McCutcheon. He's going to make the grab, and he's got the double play anyways here, as getting a little too far off the bag was Wiley. So Wilson can't turn two. McCutcheon can. We head to the bottom of the fifth. Graham Collin getting a little help by some bad base running by Indiana Wesleyan. Forsters looking to get the bats going when we come back.
As the owner of JJ's, I invite you to visit one of our 7 BP convenience stores. And when you do, I expect you will experience hometown excellence in the cleanest and friendliest convenience stores in your community. Please also consider visiting JJ Java for the best cup of coffee in town, or JJ's Pit Stop for a quick, no appointment necessary professional oil change. Also, if you ever need a clean and efficient environment in which to do laundry, JJ's washroom is ready to serve you.
Welcome back. We are now halfway through this game, and HU needs some runs. It's Indiana Wesleyan up 4-2 in this game between the 2 and 3 seed, and this game is a do or die for the Crossroads League tournament. HU was able to host this year, and now, Graham Collin goes out on the mound. He didn't have his best stuff tonight, but he has gotten through 5 innings, and now it's HU's turn to see if they can maybe knock around Indiana Wesleyan starter Eldridge.
Yep, top of the order here. You want to see some good at-bats here. You want to get on base. You've got to try to get within 1 or 2.
McCutcheon first pitch swinging, lifts it out of play.
1 or tie it, my apologies.
Good time to do it here. If you're HU, you do not want to see Hunter Hoffman come out of that bullpen. He's been rock solid. This ball's hit sharply and is barehanded over there by Sebastian Coons in the dugout. But it's an 0-2 count on McCutcheon. The pitch. That hits McCutcheon. And so the second hit by pitch tonight for HU. This one looked to get McCutcheon on the hand, and he's taking a while to get down the line.
Yeah, that one's going to hurt for a while. And
it was actually the elbow.
That's what I thought. I wasn't sure if he got his back or his elbows gotten. I mean, obviously he's in a lot of pain right now, but he was down 0-2. I think that's very painful, blessing in disguise.
So leadoff man on for HU, and that brings up Langston Ginder. We've talked about the power. We've yet to really see it tonight. As once again, there's Hunter Hoffman there eating that granola bar. One of the best relievers in the league. And Rich Benjamin's going to come have a chat with Eldridge. I don't know if this will be the end of the night for him, but if so, Evan Fry is the arm that's been warming up for a longer period of time for the Wildcats.
Yeah, I think maybe he's just giving him a little bit of time. I think if I don't know, if you're only going to give him one batter, why send him out in the first place, especially against these 2 dangerous hitters? He had him 0-2. Just let that one get away from him. I'm not sure.
We're waiting to see if Rich Benjamin's maybe just stalling a little bit here and then going to make the move when the umpire comes out. And it looks like he's going to do that. I just saw Evan Fry give a fist bump there. So maybe this is just Rich Benjamin using a little strategy. Yep. And he is going to make the move. So we will take a break. We will come back and introduce you to Evan Fry. HU trying to rally here in the bottom of the 5th. The day's over for Eldridge on the mound.
I'm Megan Hosseller. I'm the producer of the In the Beginning, Our Purpose event, and currently we are getting ready for Britt Nicole to come in and just have an intimate worship night with here at HU with all of our students. We're currently getting ready for the camera team to come in, as well as the lighting and everything like that. Our whole team has just put in a lot of effort and time into this event, and we're just really excited to see how it pays off.
One of the big goals for this project is from our community. We want to bring people into this worship night to come in and have a really great experience, to be impacted. We want people to come in and worship God, and ultimately the goal is about finding our purpose. A lot of people are trying to figure out, hey, what's my purpose? Where am I supposed to be going? What am I supposed to be doing the next 5, 10 years? There's going to be a lot of change happening. So what am I supposed to be doing? So the goal of the event is to help people find that purpose through worshiping God, through asking the Holy Spirit to grant us wisdom in these moments, grant us wisdom this night as we sing praises to you, as we receive wisdom from you, as we receive your truth tonight, and ultimately come together in a corporate community to praise you together.
When I saw the name of this, actually the first time I saw it, I think was like on Instagram, and I was like, wow, this is so cool. In the beginning, our purpose, like this is truly why we were designed and created, was to worship God, you know. And so I love the name of it. I love that, you know, they had a heart and a vision to bring this to their school. And honestly, I've just been so excited, like leading up this whole month. Just my spirit has felt really excited and stirred for what God is going to do tonight. What's cool about it is it doesn't feel like it's about like one particular person. It just feels like.
Back at Huntington University, it's Evan Fry back on the mound, and he will face Langston Ginder. Fry is statistically, as far as ERA goes, the second best pitcher on this staff. He faced Huntington on Friday night, only gave up 1 hit but walked 6 batters, did not give up any runs. The pitch. Ginder takes out wide, and it's 2-0. So you got to think, if you're a Forrester at the plate, make him throw a strike and see if you can get some free bases out of him.
It's a golden opportunity here.
Ginder takes strike on the outside corner. You know, Ginder is extremely disciplined at the plate and also provides power as well.
Student of the game.
The 2-1. Lifted out of play, and now it's 2-2. Fry on the year, 4.37 ERA. He's just a freshman as well, out of Franklin, Ohio. So he's got a bright future ahead of him. Here's the 2-2. Ginder pops it straight up into the infield. Someone's got to make the play. It'll be Gooden who heads onto the mound and catches it. So that's a big first out for Fry as he gets Ginder out. And right now, even Ginder at the plate, maybe struggling a little bit to find that groove that he had throughout the entire season. Take a look at Ian McCutcheon getting checked out here at Forest Glen Park. He was hit on that elbow, and sometimes when you get hit there, you lose your feeling in your hand as well, so it's awfully hard to grip a ball and a bat. So we'll keep a close eye on that.
Yeah, we'll see what they do. I mean, he's obviously still out there. Maybe that pitching change was a huge help for him. Question is he going to go back out to the outfield?
Here comes the pitch from Fry to Wolf. That's inside.
Almost got him, too.
Wolf 2 for 2 today. 2 runs knocked in. So he's provided all of the offense here so far for HU. They'd love for him to continue to do that tonight. The pitch. Foul back.
They'd really like for him to get on base here, preferably an extra base hit. Try to get McCutcheon as far as they can and try to set up Jarrett Gray. He's flying out so far tonight, so if they can get a deep one, they can score McCutcheon.
The 1-1. Breaking ball fouled away, and now it's 1-2. McCutcheon started the inning with that leadoff hit by pitch. Ginder pops out. Now Wolf at the plate. Here comes the 1-2. Fouled away again.
Good job staying alive. You got to make him throw you strike. Like I said, Fry walked a lot of batters. You got to make sure he throws you strikes.
Right now, Fry's job is to get out of this inning and see how many more he can go. The 1-2. That's away. It's a 2-2 count. HU has not even really thought about running tonight when they've been on base. That's because of a good arm from Jenkins as well.
Good arm from Jenkins. Got to save outs. We'll see how things change later in the game.
Wolf swings and misses. So Fry has 2 outs now on the bottom of the 5th, and he'll face Jarrett Gray next up.
Foresters need a big at-bat here from Jarrett Gray. Take a look here. This one's just a fastball high in the zone. Fooled Wolf. Fry looking for a big out here.
Gray tonight 0 for 2. Trying to extend this inning for the Foresters. First pitch from Fry. That's down low. Coons up next. Malott to follow. Mosier and Deckman if we get that far.
Unless the Comstock stays in the game.
True. Gray waits on the 1-0, and now the pitch from Fry will come after he checks on McCutcheon.
He's still messing with that. You see right there, he's messing with that pinky finger. I'm not sure exactly what's going on there.
Telling you, there's a good chance he lost feeling in that hand for a little bit. The pitch, that's outside. Now it's 2-0. You know, Gray doesn't have a ton of power. He has 5 home runs on the year.
He's a strong dude, though. I mean,
yeah. Right now would be a good time for a 6 if you're rooting for the Foresters tonight.
Even if you can get one through that gap, McCutcheon's going. He's going to be speeding around those bases.
Swing and a miss from Gray. Gray's had a quiet tournament. He did have a better game against St. Francis this morning, or this afternoon. Feels like this morning now.
Yeah, it's been a long day.
Here comes the 2-1. That's down low, and now it's 3-1.
It's really tough. It's 3-1. You're probably going to get a strike here. If you get a fastball, I'd take a rip at it.
Got to be ready to hit here if you're Gray. Fry with the 3-1. Gray takes low, and so now 2 on for the Foresters, and then I'll bring up Sebastian Coons. Feels like HU continues to apply pressure, but the pitching staff so far from Indiana Wesleyan has kind of been able to work around some jams that could have been a lot worse.
Yeah, this I know, Preston, we've gone through a lot of baseball history. This reminds me of the 2019 World Series. I think the Astros left like 27 runners in scoring position in the last 3 games. If it was a ridiculous number.
Coons takes first pitch strike.
And it cost them dearly, and that's what's happened to the Foresters right now. They are leaving the bases loaded and runners in scoring position quite frequently.
Solomon already threw a runner out earlier in this game. That was a big play to remember. The 0-1 pitch from Fry. Coons waves and misses at a ball out of the zone, and now it's 0-2. I'd go right back to that if I'm Fry.
Absolutely.
Fry sets. Here comes the 0-2. That is up and in, and it nearly hit Coons. It actually looked like it did.
I thought it did as well, but he's not going to argue it or anything, so it clearly didn't.
Looked like maybe it skipped out of the catcher's glove and then caught him. It's a 1-2 pitch from Fry to Coons. Breaking ball in there, strike 3 called. Coons goes down looking, and Fry leaves runners on first and second. HU once again gets a base runner on, and Iwu gets a favorable call. On to the 6th we go, 4-2, Indiana Wesleyan.
We like to do it.
Indiana Wesleyan leads the Huntington Foresters 4-2 through 5 full innings now. And they may have benefited from a outside corner call there, but right now HU with only 4 hits. The same could be said about Indiana Wesleyan. It's just the timely hitting of the Wildcats right now, Carson, that has HU trailing.
Yeah, 2 runs off of errors is the story of the game right now.
Yep. Very big error in that first inning by Satchel Wilson.
Got the bottom 3 here. You can go 1, 2, 3. The offense has got to pick it up.
And right now they're going to have a tall task because, as we mentioned, you know, they go with Eldridge to start this game, which was surprising because of a reason we don't know. Drew Young sits. Collins still in there, delivers first pitch strike to Morton. But then you got to deal with someone like Evan Fry. They've got Hunter Hoffman available. And those guys have done a really good job against the Foresters really all year long. So if you're counting outs at home, HU down to 12 at the plate. Collins 1-1. That's a strike. Still some stirring around in the Foresters bullpen. Here comes a 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss from Morton. Collin collects another K, his 5th of the night. And, you know, if you would have said that Collin was going to go this late into the game, even after the way it started, Carson, I would have been slightly surprised. He's battled back nicely.
Yeah, he's battled back, and I mean, really, when he stops walking people, it's about perfect. I mean, that's been the story of the game. The 2 errors and the walks are what's causing this deficit. And I mean, you know, I can't let the Forester offense off the hook. They got to start producing a little bit more and knocking runners in when they get in scoring position.
Engelsman takes a little high. It's a 1-1 count. I wonder if Coons and the home plate umpire are having any chats about that most recent strike 3 looking.
Yeah, it's a really tough position for Coons. He kind of argued it, and he said, you know, if you're the catcher and you get on the umpire's bad side, you know, obviously you don't appreciate that. You want umpires to be a neutral party, but, you know, you're sitting there getting chirped at. Hey, you know what? Okay, well, your pitcher's zone just got a little tighter.
Collin got to find ways to throw strikes to these bottom 2 guys. And there is a strike.
He walked off the plate there. What did I say about umpires not appreciating being shown up? He's got to swing an inning close.
3-2. He does swing, and it's fouled back. But that was that same outside edge that we saw against Coons. So
it was a slow strike call. I'm going to be a little honest with you. I was like, come on, man.
Full count. Collin trying to get through 6 innings. The pitch. Breaking ball to the right side. Ginder up on it. He gets the easy hop and throws over to first. So the first 2 up are retired here. And that'll bring up the 9-hole hitter, Roman.
Got a single and a walk. This is the biggest out of the game to this point.
Well, I believe it was actually Ginder in his spot that hit the single, right?
Yes, that's correct. My apologies.
So Ginder now, I don't believe Ginder can now re-enter the game. I'm not sure how the rules go in that way. I don't think you can re-enter twice.
Unless he becomes the defense replacement.
Okay.
If I'm not mistaken, don't quote me on that.
The pitch. Roman takes strike 1.
Yeah, I put Ginder's number 3 right there in the corner, and I forgot about it. But Roman, no long balls, only a 3. Gets on base about 30% of the time.
That one's in there, strike 2.
Try to get him with an outside curveball here if you're Colin.
And you know that outside's being called, so you might as well see if you can go for it.
Look how far Kuntz is setting outside.
Fouled away. That was too good of a pitch there by Graham Collin. Still an 0-2 count, though.
Yeah, immediately Kuntz pretty much steps into the other batter's box.
Here comes the pitch. That's outside. Collin trying to get through 6 innings and give his team a chance. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Collin with 2 Ks in the inning. He's up to 6 on the night. 109 pitches for the sophomore righty.
Yeah, that's probably the end of his night. Surgical, a little bit of trouble, but he gets out of it again. Forrest, you got to wake up.
Bottom of the 6th we go at Forest Glen Park.
Bippa State Bank is a cornerstone of the community. Our banking building blocks were assembled in 1911 and haven't differed much since then. We still stay true to our local roots, aiming to support, uplift, and celebrate the citizens and businesses of Huntington. As proud lenders to and patrons of our local businesses, we make our community an even more prosperous place. And when you support local banking, you play an important role in Huntington's success stories. No matter what financial products you may need, your business is an invaluable opportunity for us to strengthen our relationship with Huntington, which we're fortunate enough to call home. Bippa State Bank is banking at its best. We believe in community banking.
HU dugout trying to figure out exactly what to do against this really good Indiana Wesleyan pitching staff. And you got to think, Carson, maybe even some small ball in store. You're running out of outs, though, so what does HU have to do to start putting some runs across to tie this one up or take the lead?
They got to score with runners in scoring position. I know you have a great catcher behind the dish, but you got to start testing them. You got to start moving around the base pass a little bit better. They're like cones out there on the base pass.
That one's in there for strike 1. Malott at the plate. He's 0 for 2 on the night. Fry with the pitch. This is softly hit. Engelsman came in on it. Now goes out and makes the grab. And that's another really quick out at the plate for the Foresters.
They're not really going deep into counts. They're having some bad batted ball luck again against the Wildcats.
That'll bring up Mosier. He sits in at a 0 for 2 day so far, the pitch. Swinging first pitch, it's a foul ball, and it's 0-1.
Max Mosier, 6 home runs on the year. Last year, he hit one all the way out to the arches over there in left field. Obviously, that's looking for he can get on base. Nice little factoid.
That one's too low. It's 1-1. Mosier's had a slow tournament, though, Carson. He's one of those guys you just want to see kind of get it going here late in this game. The pitch. That's right on the corner.
Yeah, he's one of those power hitters, and he's a power hitter, and a lot of times it's strike out or deep fly ball or home run with them.
Breaking ball fouled right off the mask of Jenkins.
You talk about the three true outcomes in baseball. Max Mosier feels all of them.
Mm-hmm. Fries 1-2. Down in the dirt. Count evens up at 2-2.
Good take there from Mosier.
Fry's already thrown an inning in a third, and he's done so very effectively. Here comes the 2-2. Swing and a miss. Another strikeout here for Fry. That's his third on the day.
Another really good pitch here. That one's right down the pipe. He was just late on it. It broke pretty hard on him. Missed it by quite a bit. Now Noah Comstock looking to get something started. If not, the Foresters are going to go to the 7th with the top of the order.
Breaking ball in there for strike 1 from Fry. He's only got 28 pitches, so he is ready to roll a little longer if he's needed. That's outside. Counts 1-1. Fry, always from the stretch. Here's the pitch. That's too far outside. Good take again, and now it's 2-1. Fry, just a freshman. He's got a bright future ahead of him over at Marion, pitching for the Wildcats of Indiana Wesleyan. Fouled away. Fry trying to send it to the 7th. Comstock trying to extend the inning. The pitch. Comstock able to hang there at the plate. It's now a full count. His last time up, he did ground the ball to Roman at second base. Now the full count pitch. Able to take it away, and that extends the inning, and that'll bring up the top of the order, Satchel Wilson. Really nice at bat there from someone that didn't even start this game, Carson.
Yeah, he's really a lot of pressure on him there, too.
Now batting shortstop, number 12, Satchel Wilson.
So Satchel Wilson comes up. He's 1 for 2 on the night. He's also made 2 errors. So kind of a spot for him to maybe redeem himself, pick up his teammates. He's not, I mean, potentially the first error costs HU a run. So maybe he's feeling that, but if he can come up with a big hit, really everyone forgets about that. And we can start this one over again at 4-4.
Yeah, like you said, McCutcheon on deck, still shaking that left arm around, but like you said, Wilson just looking for a swing that says, okay, well, sorry about the error.
That one gets away from Jenkins, and that'll move Comstock up to second, and it's a 3-0 count. And like I mentioned, Fry did walk 6 batters in his last outing against HU. If he puts Wilson on here, that's 2 in the last 2 batters, obviously.
Yeah, and no one warming up, so he's going to have to face McCutcheon.
Fry and the catcher Jenkins having a little chat. Want to thank you all for tuning in tonight to the Crossroads League Championship game. Hope you're enjoying the broadcast. We've had a really fun week here at Forest Glen Park calling all of these baseball games. Carson and I are lucky enough to do this, and obviously one of the best games we've seen all week right in front of us. Wilson takes ball 4 low, so a 4-pitch walk has Ian McCutcheon up. And right now that hand's going to get tested here, Carson, in a pretty big spot.
Yeah, he has a real opportunity to blow this game open. Comstock and Wilson both speedy. Second walk of the night. That one a little less painful, especially if he can get on base and load him up for Ginder, who might look for the swing of his life at this legendary career at his legendary stadium. But it's all up to McCutcheon right now.
McCutcheon takes breaking ball in there for strike 1.
Those
He's
were
1 for 2 on the night.
All 4 of those last pitches were out of the zone, and wondering if he knew he wanted to test McCutcheon instead.
Could be the case for Fry. Here's the 0-1. Popped up right side. Taking a look is Wiley, and he will just run out of room. So it's an 0-2 count now to McCutcheon. Ian McCutcheon, a .367 hitter on the year. Fry, first man out of the bullpen, doing a great job here for IWU. The 0-2. Breaking ball low, and the entire Wildcats team was headed off the field with that one, but it's ruled a ball.
Umpire's not going to like that one. Let's take a look here.
It's all because how the catcher caught that baseball.
Yep.
The pitch. That's outside. Now it's 2-2. If that catcher is not set up outside, that being Jenkins, and he catches the ball in the center of his body, maybe it's called a strike. But you miss location, you don't always get the call. 2-2 pitch. McCutcheon swings and misses, and Fry ends the inning. We head to the 7th. Indiana Wesleyan just 3 innings away from a Crossroads League championship. We'll be back on FDN Sports.
This is how we like to do it.
Back at Forest Glen Park, and a new pitcher on the mound for Huntington University is Adam Oxley. He's a right-hander. He's pitched a few times in this tournament. As you see, the fans of Indiana Wesleyan still feeling good. Their team has been up since the top of the fourth when they put on 2 more runs. And Indiana Wesleyan's dugout feeling good as well. As I mentioned, Carson, you know, they're only 9 outs away now from locking in a spot in that national tournament and winning the Crossroads League title.
Yeah, a certain 4-chord song's playing right now, Don't Stop Believing, and that's what really both sides are feeling right now, but especially the Wildcats. Just got to keep going. This is going to be a top of the order. You need these outs. Foresters could just not seem to hit the ball right now.
Yep, they've had that issue the last game as well against Indiana Wesleyan. The pitching staff just has been extremely solid. Speaking of solid, Lucas Gooden will lead off the inning. Adam Oxley's the new pitcher for Huntington University. 4.45 ERA on the year. He is 6-0. Delivers first pitch out of the zone to Gooden. Gooden on the day, 1 for 2. His one hit was a solo home run. Takes a strike.
First at bat in the game really told a story.
That kind of sets the tone, even though HU did battle back. Since they did tie it up, it's been all I woo. The pitch, that's in there for strike 2. So Collins' day is over. Does get through 6 innings, but threw 109 pitches to do so. And obviously give up the 4 earned runs. And to go along with that, walked 5 batters. So somewhat uncharacteristic of him, but overall still a really solid outing. The pitch. Dribbled up the middle. This is going to be a tough play for Wilson. Gloves it on to first just in time to get Gooden. And they called him safe at first.
Coons is pointing at the umpire. Said he drug him off the bag. I'm not so sure about that one. We'll have to see. I really want to trust the umpire's judgment. Thad Frame is out to talk. Let's see here. Gooden's not exactly hustling. He got off the bag. He certainly did.
I don't know. Do we have another shot from the home plate camera, if that's possible at all? If not, completely understand. Take a look at this one here. This will give us a much better look. So Wilson comes across the diamond.
They're conferencing.
Throws it. I don't know. I thought he almost kept his foot on the bag just long enough, but obviously really hard to tell. And, you know, it does look like he's looking right at the play. And he did call him off the bag, so that could kind of be another play that you circle if you're a Forester fan and realize, you know, there's no reason for his foot to come off the bag there. The throw really wasn't that bad.
It was a little high, but, I mean, he has the arm length. Satchel Wilson was shuffling. Obviously, they don't have replay review.
Interesting call here, and at the end of the day, he's going to be called safe. So Satchel Wilson once again has a chance to make a play. Throws it a little too tall for Malott, and the leadoff man is on, and that is bad news for the Foresters. He is the leading stolen base candidate in the Crossroads League this season.
If I wrote a book called Everything That Can Go Wrong in a Baseball Game, Foresters could just start checking them off right now.
Yeah, things are not going their way tonight. They do give Gooden a single on that one.
Yeah, that's fair. There's no error there.
The pitch. That is also out of the zone. Now it's 2-0.
I'd like to see Coons try to fire down there and scare Gooden a little bit. He's taking a big lead. Like you mentioned, stolen base threat. Don't try to pick him off. He's smarter than that. He's pretty close, but once he shuffles off that bag, look at the kind of room he has over there. I'd like to see Coons just maybe, it's a little bit risky now. Would have liked to try a little bit sooner when maybe you were ahead in the count, but now it's 2-1. But maybe if he's trying to pop up and throw it down there with everything you got and try to get him out.
That one's too low, and now Oxley's in danger of walking Salmon here. Oxley. 3-1. Nowhere near.
A lot of free passes the Foresters are giving up tonight.
That'll bring up the 3-hitter MJ Stavola. So far tonight, he's 0 for 3, and Oxley right now got to be thinking that maybe Stavola's bunting in this situation with the 2-run lead, try to add on. He is. That one is out of the zone. Throw down to second's not in time, and the count is 1-0. So I will willing to give up an out here just to put 2 more runners in scoring position. And if they can do that and then come up with a hit, things are getting a little out of reach for the Foresters. The pitch. Stavola takes a strike there, and now it's 1-1. It's Rich Benjamin giving the calls from the dugout, and as many college baseball teams do, using the chart to see what the call is Stavola at the plate.
A lot less memorization there.
Bunted down the third base line, foul ball, and the count's 1-2.
Now you got to take a swing at it. Try to go for a strikeout pitch here.
I don't think they'd keep the bunt on and give up an out if he fouls it away, but we've seen that once in this tournament, so.
No risk it, no biscuit.
We'll see what happens.
They pulled back.
Lifted right center field. Back on it is Stomcock. He gets over, makes the catch. Gooden will move up to third. So not as good as a sack bunt moving up both, but still a productive out there. And now another runner on third base for Indiana Wesleyan.
And you get the out. Noah Comstock came in on that one. I wasn't sure who had it. Looked a little bit scarier than it was. Comstock was playing pretty close to that foul line, but he gets over there. Not much you can do, but now Nick Wiley grounded out in the third to Satchel Wilson. That's where you want to try to get this one again. You want to try to get to that middle infielder, Wolf, and try to keep Gooden from coming home with it.
Wiley 1 for 2 on the night.
3 runs, not anything to fret about if you're HU, but you got to stop it there.
Swing and a miss. That ball got away from Coons for a second, but he's able to collect.
Good read there by Gooden. Coons was obviously in a panic. That's got to be a scary time as a catcher. Just like, oh, well, I don't know where the ball is.
Oxley needs a double play ball here. Wildcats looking to add on. Another swing and a miss by Wiley. Oxley loves that breaking ball. It seems to be his go-to pitch.
Yeah, if you're going to call something outside, if you're Coons here, you got to have the block of your life and be prepared. You got to make sure you're on the same page here. You cannot let a ball get past you here.
Throw over to first, and diving back safely there is Salmon. Had to make sure I have my base runners right for you guys watching at home.
We went through a lot of names this weekend.
That is just outside. The count's 1-2. Salmon on first, Gooden on third. At the plate is Wiley. Indiana Wesleyan looking for some insurance.
It is wild how many days we look through in this industry.
It's been a lot of baseball. Throw over again. This time Salmon dives back in. This time I remember his name.
There you go.
Wiley waits at the plate. Oxley's pitch. Another breaking ball fouled out of play. Count remains 1-2. Indiana Wesleyan looking for that automatic bid if they can win tonight. HU trying to come back and spoil the party. Oxley's 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. A big out there for Oxley. And at the moment, that keeps it a 2-run ball game with Ty Matthews coming to the plate.
Yeah, that's a huge out. It's a loud out right there. And that one, the curveball, like I said, if you're Coons, if you call an outside breaking ball, you got to catch it or get in front of it. And he caught it, got the swing, a perfect scenario there. Now you got one out. You just have to go to first. You got to get it to an outfielder or in the infield or strike him out. You could not afford a base. You could not afford to give up a run here.
Oxley delivers. First pitch breaking ball on the corner. And we talked about this. In basketball, you kind of call a timeout to stop the momentum of the other team. In baseball, you maybe come up with a few big pitches, and then your offense brings the momentum. We'll see if Oxley can do just that. Obviously, no timeouts in baseball. I guess you can go talk to your pitcher, but
no, it doesn't exactly. No,
it doesn't really kill the momentum. But here, if Oxley can do that, maybe bring the Foresters to the plate with a little more energy. That's outside. It's a 2-1 count. Ty Matthews on the day. He's knocked in a run. He's 1 for 2 at the plate.
Cannot afford a walk here.
Oxley gets the signs from Coons. He's ready to go. The pitch fouled into Coons' glove, and now it's 2-2.
He wanted all of that one, man.
You can just tell the HU fans here in their home ballpark are ready to explode. They want something to happen positive. This would be big for Oxley here on the mound. The pitch fouled straight back.
Yeah, but they've been waiting for that play all game, and they've just kind of been shut down.
Yeah.
You know, they're thinking, I mean, especially, they went nuts when they got Gooden. They thought they had Gooden out at first. You just heard the disappointment in their voice. They just need a loud hit to get them going and shift momentum in this game. Maybe a loud pitch here.
Fouled away. Coons can't hang.
You saw him kind of.
Yeah, that's awfully tough, though. I mean, just the adjustment time is less than half a second.
It's minuscule.
Oxley, though, 1 pitch away from giving HU a chance to rally in the bottom of the 7th. The pitch. Runner goes. That's inside, and now it's a full count. Solomon swipes second base, so now 2 runners in scoring position. And if you're looking on the Indiana Wesleyan side of things, base hit gives you potentially a 4-run advantage.
Yep, biggest pitch of the night here.
The crowd into it. Oxley versus Matthews. The pitch. Fouled off. That ball was absolutely hammered, but extremely foul as well. Oxley works through the signs with Coons. We'll have another biggest pitch of the night up next. Here it comes. To the left side, Wolf. Over to first. In time, Oxley dances around the base runners. First and third, 1 out. Oxley able to get out of it. We head to the 7th inning stretch. Right now, Huntington looking for some runs. Indiana Wesleyan in the driver's seat on FTN Sports.
JJ's, I invite you to visit one of our 7 BP convenience stores. And when you do, I expect you will experience hometown excellence in the cleanest and friendliest convenience stores in your community. Please also consider visiting JJ Java for the best cup of coffee in town, or JJ's Pit Stop for a quick, no appointment necessary professional oil change. Also, if you ever need a clean and efficient environment in which to do laundry, JJ's Washroom is ready to serve you.
Back at Forest Glen Park. And back on the mound is Evan Fry for Indiana Wesleyan. It's a 4-2 advantage over the Huntington Foresters. It's been a great crowd here tonight, Carson. I mean, everyone here is on their feet in between innings and finding ways to push their team over the top. And right now, I'd have to say Indiana Wesleyan crowd has traveled here tonight and provided the spark. And right now, it's a 4-2 advantage.
Yep, but Lynx and Ginder coming to the plate. Some powerful hitters coming up. It's 9 outs now for the Foresters, but only 2 runs. They're incredibly capable of doing it. They just got to get some runs and keep them at bay.
Fry, first pitch to Ginder, outside. Fry on the night, 2 innings pitched. He's walked 3 guys, just like we talked about. His control is not his strength, but maybe effectively wild because he's given up no runs and struck out 3. That's down low. He's actually struck out 4. Give him credit for another one. 2-0 pitch here to Ginder. Looking for his first hit of the night. Here's the pitch. Ginder takes outside. It's a 3-0 count.
Take.
I think we're all on the same page there, Carson. Here comes the 3-0. That one's right down the middle. And now Ginder is still in the count and in a good hitter's count at 3-1. No arms getting loose again in the IWU bullpen. The pitch. Outside, that's a 5-pitch walk, and the leadoff man is on, and that is one of the speediest base runners in the Crossroads League heading down to first.
They haven't tested the catcher all night. Now's the time. You know,
maybe just see. You don't want to ground into a double play, that's
exactly.
for sure.
We'll see what they decide to do here. I mean, you just want to test them, see if they can get them on a breaking ball. They're going to try to pick Ginder off, I'd imagine.
Fry sets. To the plate. Wolf lifts it right center field. Back on it is Morton. He'll get there in plenty of time. 1 pitch, 1 out there, and Wolf now 2 for 4 on the night.
Responsible for one of the RBIs. That one just skied high. A lot of high fly balls tonight.
Really no wind to cause any mistakes. It's going to have to be some hard hit fly balls to knock one out of this park tonight. Jared Gray steps in. First pitch from Fry to him. Lined left field. Over on it is Salmon, and he makes a sliding play. And so now 2 straight pitches and 2 straight outs. And Fry continues to be awfully efficient on the mound.
Salmon is having the night of his life in left field. Gunned down McCutcheon in the first. Had a couple of good plays. This one near the line. Takes a slide. Now Coons looking in a big spot. You see if you can do anything with that leadoff walk.
First man on the 5-pitch walk, and then after that, 2 straight outs on 2 straight pitches. Here's another one. Coons takes it high. He struck out on a pitch that he did not like at all his last time up. 0 for 1 on the night. He's walked as well. Fry with the 1-0. That one's down too low, and now the count is 2 balls and no strikes.
Forresters could really use a 2-out rally here. If you even get a couple, I mean, obviously you want the runs, so if you don't get them, I mean, you got to try to. Looks like the top of the order will get another chance, at least in the 9th, if it does come down to that.
That one's in there for strike 1.
Nice little 2-out rally. You can kind of put those guys into position, but looks like it's going to be up to the bottom of the order and the pitching staff at this point.
Here comes the 2-1 pitch from Fry. That's down low. Good block back there by Jenkins. So Ginder's not often running, and maybe that's fair. You don't want to run into an out in case Jenkins puts the ball right on the money. And now with the double play not in order, it's going to take some hits anyways from the Foresters. Fry with the 3-1. Fouled away.
Yeah, perhaps they were thinking about it. Ginder's going here, obviously.
Yep. So Ginder gets a head start. With his speed, any ball in the gap probably gives HU a run. Fry trying to shut it down. The pitch. Coons takes too high. It's another walk, and the Foresters will bring the go-ahead run to the plate here in Jordan Malott. So Coons will once again be subbed out for a courtesy runner. So speed on the bases, and Malott just thinking about splitting one of those gaps and tying this thing up if he, can hit one hard.
Yeah, that'd be huge. Young first baseman looking to put a staple early here in his college career. Make this year memorable.
Fry with the pitch. Malott takes too high. That's 2 in a row that have been way out of the zone by Fry.
No one warming up. It's his game right now.
And I think as you say that, we may see someone here moving shortly.
Yep. Spoke a little too soon.
Here's the pitch. Breaking ball too high, and now it's 2-0. So Malott got to be sitting fastball here. You battle between whether you want to really have a green light here. I know it's only a 2-0 count, but the pitcher's been a little wild. I mean, he comes in, he's coming off a 6-walk performance where he gave up no runs, and then tonight he's already got 5. So it's kind of the balance on whether or not you want Malott to be super aggressive here.
Yeah, on 2-0, I'm fine with it. You just got to make sure you take a look. I mean, you got to look at anything here. If it's 3-0, you take again, try to load up the bases. But if you get something hittable here, you got to take a swing at it.
Malott's 0 for 3 today. He does have 10 home runs on the year. And he's in the 7 spot, so a very dangerous 7 hitter. Right now, he'd love to etch his name in HU history and come up with a big hit tonight. Fry's 2-0. That's right in there for a strike. And the count's 2-1.
He would have liked that one a little bit more over the plate. It was a strike all the way. Now Fry battling back in this count, but Malott still with the hitter's count.
The pitch. That hit Malott, and now the bases are going to be loaded for the Foresters.
Oh, did it?
Yep, got him right on the arm.
Okay.
No indication there from the home plate umpire because, once again, he took one right in the face mask. He's getting a little beat up back there tonight. See Malott try to
got him the elbow.
Back out of the way.
Shook it off. Now Mosier has the biggest at-bat in his 5-year career here at HU.
And it looks like Rich Benjamin's going to head to the mound. You know, the reliever in the bullpen has not been up for very long at all.
It's going to be a long conversation. Hey, how you doing?
See how long the home plate umpire allows. Either way, the Foresters potentially just a single now away. And not that you don't trust your batters in the lower part of the order, but because of this extended inning, you do get closer to the top of the order for a late rally if your pitching staff can hold on.
You know, this umpire's giving him a lot of time here. Let's see what happens.
Like I said, the righty up in the pin for Indiana Wesleyan has not been up for very long at all.
They're going to give him about 2 minutes to warm up regardless. And nope, it's Fry's game. Oh, boy.
See if Rich Benjamin maybe gets to the dugout, just turns back around and walks out again. I don't know if he wants to waste his mound visits, but we have seen extended chats on the mound here tonight. Max Mosier, bases loaded. Evan Fry on the mound. HU down 2, bottom of the 7th. The pitch. That is in there for strike 1.
You got to score here for HU. If you don't score here, I don't want to say the game's over, but my goodness, do you just give yourself a death blow?
Mosier checks his swing. He did not go. Counts 1-1.
That was real close from Max Mosier.
Mosier, .295 hitter this season. 0 for 3 tonight. He can change the storyline with this swing. That's outside. Fry continues to be a little wild. 5 walks on the night, a hit by pitch as well.
This is most likely his last batter.
I would agree. Fry's 2-1. Mosier takes a breaking ball in there. Strikes 2, and now it's 2-2. Mosier's got to be swinging on anything close here.
You cannot go down looking with the bases loaded. You just cannot.
The 2-2. Outside, full count.
Yeah, that was outside. Fry wanted it. That was outside the entire way. And once again, Mosier's got to protect, but Fry probably just got a lot short of a strike zone. And now this is the moment HU fans have been waiting for.
Full count, down too low. It's a bases loaded walk, and the Foresters are within 1 run. Talk about plate discipline here. Mosier taking back-to-back borderline pitches. Benjamin will head back out to the mound, and that will be the end of the night for Fry. So the Wesleyan Wildcats going to the bullpen again. HU still threatening with the bases loaded. Take a look at this last pitch.
Yeah, that one was out almost the entire way. It was way too low, and Fry, I said he probably got a shorter strike zone after trying to walk off of the mound himself, but Noah Comstock got subbed in. My goodness.
You know, we'll go ahead and just keep it here during this pitching change and kind of maybe get the vibe of what this atmosphere looks like right now. The Forester fans are now alive. Really early in the game, it was the Indiana Wesleyan Wildcat fans that were bringing all the energy. And let's go ahead and meet the new pitcher for the Wildcats, Brennan Moorhead, out of Alexandria, Indiana, a right-handed pitcher. He's a junior at 6 feet tall. And, you know, we have not seen Moorhead, at least I have not seen Moorhead in this game yet. And not that he's not capable, but surprised not to see Hunter Hoffman, who's dominated hitters in this tournament, Carson.
Yeah, that's really surprising. I imagine you trust him. I'm not sure. I think there's a 3-batter minimum, but I don't think that matters in between innings. So I think you trust him here with this matchup with Comstock.
And, yeah, look at this. I mean, Comstock did not even start this ball game, and now he's in the biggest spot of his life. Deckman had a tough night at the plate, has had a tough day at the plate.
Tough tournament at the plate.
Yeah, and now Comstock has got a chance to really be that hero that no one saw coming. Let's talk about this junior righty a little bit. As I mentioned, he's 6 feet tall. He typically is a starter throughout his career, but this year he's all out of the bullpen. He's 1-0 with an 8.15 ERA, 14 walks, and just 17 innings pitched. So think about that. I mean, this guy is really, he's not even pitched 2 complete games on the season, and he's coming in the biggest spot in the entire tournament.
He's rested, and I think that's what they're going to trust him to do. They've seen him. They obviously believe in him, and the Forester crowd's really into it now.
Bottom of the 7th, bases loaded. HU has tacked 1 on. They're within 1.
Comstock walked his last time. They'll certainly tie this game up on walks, but they would like to just take the lead here on a big hit.
Here is the pitch. Comstock was ready for it, but he comes up empty. It's an 0-1 count. Good cut there.
Great cut.
Right fielder tonight.
Comstock not a home run hitter, but that gap really inviting to break this game open.
The pitch. That is just outside.
That's been called a lot tonight. I'm surprised it wasn't called there. It's a big moment to take that, but he evens the count up.
Moorhead and Comstock. Here comes the 1-1. That one's fouled away. And now it's 1-2. If you're a Forester fan, you're on the edge of your seat. If you're a Wildcats fan, you're about to throw up. I mean, both sides are just...
I think both sides are about ready to throw up.
Emotional wrecks right now.
Comstock's got to stay cool, though. You got to protect here. If you have to foul it off, so be it. But try to make contact here if it's close.
Moorhead's pitch. That's up and away, and now it's a 2-2 count. With each pitch, you know, you're closer to Comstock getting on via the walk.
Yeah,
which he did last time.
And then you send it over to the dangerous Satchel Wilson tie, and he'd really like to make up for a night he's had.
Moorhead with the 2-2 pitch. That's outside, and now the Foresters just 1 pitch away from tying up this game. Runners will be going. Bottom of the 7th, it's what you dream of as a kid if you're at the plate and on the mound.
Just listen to that crowd war. It's the biggest pitch.
Moorhead's 3-2 pitch. Fouled away, just protecting there was Comstock. May have swung at ball 4, but in this situation, you can't risk it.
Yeah, don't risk it there. I appreciate swinging at ball 4 there. And he fouled it off perfectly. I mean, he didn't pop it up or anything. It went back to the netting. No play on it. So here we go again.
Foresters fans into it. Wesleyan fans crossing their fingers. The payoff from Moorhead. Down the middle, lifted to center field. Morton has a read on it, and he will take care of the inning. So a big out by Moorhead. Huntington does get 1. We head to the 8th. It is a 4-3 advantage with just 2 innings left. Comstock unable to deliver, but HU draws within 1. We'll be right back for the top of the 8th on FDN Sports.
This is how we like to do it.
The Wildcats dodge a bullet there in the bottom of the 7th, and they remain on top 4-3. A lot of emotions from each side in this game right now. And, you know, for HU, you get one back. You only have 6 outs to work with, though. But the top of the order will lead it off in the bottom of the 8th. Right now, if you're on the Wildcat side, you are all for adding some insurance.
Yeah, you want to add some insurance here, like you said, and really, Forest just got to get out of this. They have the momentum right now, I think, a little bit. Obviously, Comstock could have completely changed the game there, but he just popped it up. Great pitch there.
Oxley back out on the mound for his 2nd inning of work. He'll deliver a ball low.
All that momentum is void if they give insurance runs up here.
Jenkins at the plate. He's 0 for 3 on the night. Here comes the 1-0. Lifted left field. If it's fair, it could be trouble, and it is fair and gone. Insurance added.
Unbelievable. Foresters were just all momentum, and just like that, a liner the other side of the field, another short porch home run puts all that momentum gone. That one was rocketed. If you were the Foresters, you were just hoping it curved, and it just didn't. He hung that one. It was inside. It just kept going. Hits off the patio in the back there. Jared Gray looks back in disbelief. Got to get 3 outs here.
Incredible piece of hitting there. I mean, that ball was way in on his hands, and Jenkins able to get his hands through the zone and lift it right out of here. And now HU kind of has to start over again on offense next time they come up.
Yeah, they got the top of the order. They need to try to get to the 7, 8, 9 hitters in the bottom of the order, so they give Satchel Wilson, Langston Ginder, and Ian McCutcheon another chance. But right now, you guys have the bleeding.
Morton at the plate. So talk about a big swing there by Colby Jenkins. 0 for 3 on the night. Lifts one out of there, and now Oxley's down 3-0 on Morton.
Take. I'll just say that every time. You don't save your breath there, Preston.
Yeah, I won't even have to ask.
Yeah, I'll make it real easy on you.
Here comes Oxley's 3-0 pitch. And that is 4 straight, nowhere really near the zone, and maybe Oxley dealing with some of those emotions himself on the mound.
Yeah, I mean, here comes Coach Frame. That's probably, yep, he's looking right there. He's not even going to give him a chance to explain himself. He's got to go to the pen.
So a leadoff home run here for Jenkins in the top of the 8th has Indiana Wesleyan up 2 runs, and just like that, momentum back to the Wildcats. It's another reliever coming in for the Foresters. We'll be right back after this short break on FDN Sports.
Bippa State Bank is a cornerstone of the community. Our banking building blocks were assembled in 1911 and haven't differed much since then. We still stay true to our local roots, aiming to support, uplift, and celebrate the citizens and businesses of Huntington. As proud lenders to and patrons of our local businesses, we make our community an even more prosperous place. And when you support local banking, you play an important role in Huntington's success stories. No matter what financial products you may need, your business is an invaluable opportunity for us to strengthen our relationship with Huntington, which we're fortunate enough to call home. Bippa State Bank is banking at its best. We believe in community banking.
Back at Forest Glen Park, and right now it's a 2-run advantage for the Wildcats. A solo shot to start the top of the 8th for Colby Jenkins. And, you know, HU just battled back and put so much emotions and fight into making it a 1-run game, and that's kind of just, you don't want to say a dagger because obviously 6 outs remaining for the Foresters offense, but man, that's a big swing by the catcher.
Yeah, you're sitting there, you load the bases up, and everyone's into it and screaming, and you pop one out, and he's okay, let's just go get some outs, worth it, and run. One swing, it's 2 again. You got Joey Butts on the mound, and, you know, and Andrews, I don't want to sound too critical. Joey Butts is a great pitcher, but sometimes his off nights are pretty tough to get through. And he's a veteran pitcher. He really needs to have the night of his life right now.
So Butts in, top of the 8th, no one out. Runner over at first, just walked. That's Morton. Engelsman maybe looking to bunt. He is. Pitch out, throw down to first, and good thing Langston Ginder has a really sharp glove. He just saved maybe 2 bags.
Yeah, for sure. Comstock went back to cover, but even then it might have been tough. The good news was he slid in, so it probably would have been second. Really good play there. See if they try it again. Here comes the corners.
Engelsman pulls back, and you know, it is just absolutely crucial right now for HU to throw strikes. I mean, they're trying to give up an out here, and then to follow is Roman, who will have to hit, and he's just a 199 hitter. You got to find ways to find the zone, and Engelsman maybe maybe giving Joey Butts a break there.
Yeah, he's giving him a huge break there. I think that one would have been a strike if he pulled back. See if he keeps going for it. Those infielders are ready for it, especially if they try another pitch out, and Ginder's hustling over to first, trying to get him. But things are getting dire right now for the Foresters.
Butts with the pitch. That one's pulled back. There goes the runner on to second, and oh man, just in time, sliding in safely was Morton. A very close play there on the tag from Satchel Wilson. Have a look.
Yeah, that red glove, you kind of see it under Satchel Wilson's leg. Really helps out. He doesn't have that mid on.
You even see the fan in the background in right field calling him safe, so he's got a pretty good eye out there. Good throw by Coons, but Morton steals the bag. Looking to bunt, steals Engelsman, and that's another ball. And you would expect Roman to be ready to bunt here with Gooden to follow. Not that this is the end of the game once again, but if HU cannot win, you think about how many times they put guys like Morton on via the walk, and Roman, guys that are hitting below 250 on the year.
Yeah, and just a couple errors. I mean, there's a lot the Foresters can look at and say, well, if this would have been different or this would have been different.
Morton out on second. Roman looking to bunt. Right now, Butts cannot find the zone.
Yeah, I mean, I said it. Joey Butts is the definition of hot and cold sometimes, and his hot days are the best, and his cold days really. But he needs to find something here. I mean, he's a veteran pitcher. I'm not too worried. I think he's going to get it, but I'm not sure what's really happening right now.
Roman bunts right through that one, so the count's even at 1-1. And you look, Butts' numbers are great. 3.73 ERA. He's obviously put in a really tough spot. Right now, he's got to dig deep and see if he can get out of this inning. The 1-1. Roman can't get it down again, so now it's 1-2. See, this is a situation where I think I would actually give Roman a chance to bunt this ball with 2 strikes, because I'd rather him do that than ground into a double play.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree with you there, but we'll see. Looks like he's kind of a little bit of a cat and mouse game with Joey Butts. He's sitting there kind of taking a lot of practice swings. He's still going to square up for it. That one's high.
Out of the zone, 2-2. So, yeah, they're willing to take a strikeout on a foul ball here. More willing than a ground ball double play, which makes sense in this situation.
Especially if it's sharply hit to Matt Wolf. I mean, I know you got some speed at first, but you can still try to gun down those leading 2.
2-2. He does bunt. This is fouled off, and that's a strikeout. And the hands on top of the head for the third base coach of the Wildcats. I wonder if he almost wanted the batter Roman to take that pitch, because it looked like Morton had a pretty good jump at second. Either way, Butts gets the strikeout, and that's a gift from the Wildcats.
Yeah, really risky play there, but you have good enough. I mean, if that's what you got to do, and he kind of accepts defeat. I mean, yeah, that one's fair, and here comes Coach Abbott.
Yeah, Coach Abbott's going to want to go and talk, because Gooden's now at the plate, like you said, and that's the guy you don't want to see if you're a Forester pitcher, Carson.
Yeah, really got a single, walk, and a ground out to third on the night.
Yeah, I think they put Morton, I'm pretty sure they put Morton in action that last play, because they thought he could steal the bag, but either way, it's a strikeout. You know, we talk about what Morton did earlier in the game, and he's really done it all year long. Morton started this game with a long ball, and that's really what, Gooden, sorry, Morton out on second. Gooden, got to know his name because he's a potential player of the year in this conference, and he started it with a bang, just getting over the top of Deckman's head.
Yeah, that one might have been, I said earlier, I thought that was probably about 311. Now it's probably about 315, 320, but Deckman still gave it all. And that's another foot or so short. He might be able another inch lower. He has a good vertical out there. That's why they put him out there to try to leap over that wall.
So Gooden at the plate. Butts on the mound. Runners on first and second. Still just one out in the top of the eighth.
If you're Joey Butts, you got to have control here. You cannot let these runners advance.
That's outside. I think you also have to keep a close eye on Morton. He's getting some pretty big jumps there at second base.
Yeah, I doubt they're going to send him, however, unless they get the count they want. You have Kuntz back there with a wide open look down there. Matt Wolf's has got to stay prepared.
They may be thinking Morton's going somewhere as they check on him. Like you said, a little risky with Kuhn's good arm back there. And with your best hitter at the plate, you definitely don't want to give up an out on the base pass. Here comes the 1-0. That's low, and now it's 2-0. (5-3) the score. Indiana Wesleyan just a few outs away from moving on to the NAI National Tournament. The 2-0 pitch. That is in there for strike one.
A little bit of a late strike call there.
Sure was. A little later than we've seen tonight.
Sometimes got to let it process.
Butts trying to get out of a jam. Gooden trying to put it away. Here's the pitch. Gooden hits it hard through the right side. We'll see if they test the arm. Here comes the throw, and they will not. And a good decision there as that ball was right on the money from Stomcott. So the bases are loaded now with one out.
Yeah, good stop here by Comstock. Malott gives it everything he can, just not enough on it. You still got the out. We'll see how hard it's hit. If you want to try to go home with it, if not, try to get the double play. Do what you can. In a perfect world, you could try to gun the runner at home and then try to go to first.
You know, Comstock has not been out there all that much in this tournament, and there was a chance there. The pitch to Salmon, that's just on the bottom of the zone for a strike.
Yeah, like you said, I mean, if they would have tested him, he probably would have been out. That's a really good hold there. And one swing in the Forester season might all be about over here. So really tough spot for Joey Butts to be in, but he's a veteran pitcher like I mentioned before.
That one is in the top of the zone this time, and now it's 0-2. So two borderline pitches go Butts' way. And right now he's up 0-2 on Salmon, who's had a nice tournament overall. Tonight he's 0-2 with 2 strikeouts. Here comes the 0-2. Breaking ball fouled away.
Good job to protect there by Salmon.
Top of the 8th, and right now Indiana Wesleyan has a 2-run advantage over the Foresters. It's been a back and forth game. Here comes the 0-2. That one's too high.
Really risky take there, I get it, but it's a little high and in, so obviously you take it, but still incredibly risky.
With every pitch, it seems like the intensity just lifts up a little more. Here comes the 1-2. That one is just high.
Langston Genders and at second, just befuddled.
I think that's the same pitch we just saw called a strike. So now it's 2-2. Maybe a little up, but like I said, I think it was called earlier in the at bat. And now it's a full count. Take a look and see where this one comes in at.
That's a strike. I mean,
sure looks like it.
Runner's going.
3-2 pitch, 1 out. Butts with the pitch. Outside corner, strike 3 called. There's what Butts was looking for.
Yeah, he finally got it. You got to take a hack at that if you're Solomon. You cannot go down looking here. That one, good frame job as well. Looks like it painted the corner anyways. And now Stavola with a huge at-bat here to try to blow this game open. But Joey Butts is just going to look to keep them in this ball game.
Stavola 0 for 4 today. Has had a really nice tournament, though. Butts trying to get out of it. Keep it a 2-run game. That one's on the outside corner, and maybe Butts just needed that one pitch to start finding that outside corner.
Yeah. What did I say? Veteran pitcher.
Butts trying to get through it for HU. Stavola trying to break it open. Here's the 0-1. Breaking ball lifted out of play, and now it's 0-2. HU will have the top of the order in the bottom of the 8th, but just 4 hits to their tally right now as a team. HU fans ready to explode again if Joey Butts can get out of this jam. Here's the 0-2. Breaking ball popped up. Right side, Malott takes a look. Coons, a little extra few steps, but it falls out of play. And so we'll do it all over again.
Not good for the heart rates in the Huntington and Marion areas.
And make sure you took your blood pressure pills tonight. Things are interesting here at Forest Glen Park, and so interesting that Coons wants to go have a chat with Butts.
Yeah, make sure you're on the same page here. You don't want to get crossed up on a pitch here and allow a run.
You know, that did cost Huntington 1 run earlier.
Yep.
And looking back right now, you know, how big could that be?
Exactly.
Just a simple cross-up between a pitcher and a catcher. And, you know, you, as we mentioned, get your ace on the mound in Graham Collin. He has a good night, but he doesn't have one of his nights. And that was just enough to kind of give Iwu that early advantage. And they gave it away, but now they have it back. This inning started a long time ago with a Colby Jenkins leadoff solo shot. The pitch, that's low, good block by Coons.
Yeah, that's probably what they were saying. Hey, I need a breaking ball here so we can get in the chase, but I need you to pinpoint it, make sure I can get in front of it.
Once again, you see a hitter kind of get one of those pieces of rubber stuck in his eye at the plate from the turf.
Yeah, those old tires can be...
And Stavola right now must really have it in there because he can not get it out. Home plate umpire, part-time optometrist.
You don't want the biggest pitch of the game. Don't want to have to see rubber instead of a baseball.
Butts tries to end the rally. Stavola tries to put the game away. We'll have the answer next. The 1-2, way outside. Situation holds. MJ Stavola 0 for 4 on the night. Butts, 22 pitches to get 2 outs in this inning, looking for a massive third. Nowhere to put him. Here's the 2-2. It's actually a pick to third. Morton back in time.
Yeah, just delay attention for a minute.
Hey, you never know. Sometimes the emotions take away your focus a little bit. Here's the pitch. Fouled away. Stavola hanging strong in the box.
It's a long at bat, man. But every pitch that you get another pitch to hit, if you're Stavola, I mean, he could all but close this game out. Not saying the Foresters don't have a big run in the rally in them, but hits have been tough to come by tonight.
Butts with the 2-2. Too high, and it hit him.
He's out.
But they're going to call him out. He stuck his arm out over the plate, and he's going to be called out at the plate. It did look like Stavola put that left elbow out there, and Huntington gets the call.
Yeah, his catcher's saying go to the plate. The manager's out there. Let's take a look here. Yeah, that's blatant. I mean, there's nothing more you can do about it. He called, yeah.
It was right away that the home plate umpire saw it.
Yeah, Koontz looks shocked. Yeah, you just can't do that. That is...
Take a look at this right here. One last replay for you.
Not only did that cost your team, that's just incredibly poor sportsmanship at the end of the day.
So that'll send us to the bottom of the 8th. It's only one more run that Indiana Wesleyan adds on. Foresters back at the plate.
JJ's, I invite you to visit one of our 7 BP convenience stores. And when you do, I expect you will experience hometown excellence in the cleanest and friendliest convenience stores in your community. Please also consider visiting JJ Java for the best cup of coffee in town, or JJ's Pit Stop for a quick, no appointment necessary professional oil change. Also, if you ever need a clean and efficient environment in which to do laundry, JJ's Washroom is ready to serve you.
Huntington University benefits from a call by the home plate umpire. MJ Stavola sticks his elbow out just a little too far, and that ends the top of the 8th. So after all of that, Indiana Wesleyan only scores 1 run, and it's on a leadoff Colby Jenkins jack, which felt like an hour ago now, Carson.
Yeah, that was just a Foresters really got around that inning, but now it's up to the offense at the top of the order. You gotta try to extend as much as you can, try to get as deep as you can into this lineup.
Wilson evens up the count at 1-1 after that big swing and a miss. Moorhead's still out there. He got the final out. Here's the pitch. Fouled straight back, and now it's 1-2. Wilson looks like he's trying to add 1 run on his own. Right now the Foresters need 2, though. The 1-2 pitch. That's too high.
You need a rally, get some runs, and I mean, if you can tie this thing up, you give it to the bullpen in the 9th, and get through it, you really have the momentum. And if you can get low enough, you can really try to get those guys in the top of the order back into it in the bottom of the 9th, but 6 outs to go.
Full count here for Satchel Wilson.
How's your heart rate doing? Mine's not doing great.
Just excited to be here, Carson. The
As
pitch.
always.
That's down low. Wilson on with the leadoff walk, and that's exactly what HU's looking for. But on the other hand, you know, if you're an Indiana Wesleyan fan, you're sitting at home or in the bleachers thinking, I am awfully thankful Jenkins decided to hit a solo shot to make it a 2-run game. That extra insurance just may be the difference at the end of the night. So many plays. At the end of the day, you can't pinpoint one that really gives the team a win, but there have been several tonight that we'll definitely talk about in the post game. Either way it goes.
Yeah, whoever wins, they're gonna go to bed tonight thinking. Whoever wins tonight, the opposing team's gonna go to bed say, if we didn't do blank, we'd be going to the national tournament right now. I just have to find out who that is.
McCutcheon 1 for 3. He struck out his last time up, and remember that hand was bothering him earlier in the game after a hit by pitch. Long hold, the 0-1, fouled away.
Seems to be doing a little bit better. He hasn't had a lot of balls hit his way tonight.
He's been fairly calm outfield work for really all the outfielders for HU tonight. A lot of strikeouts. And
it's been strikeouts, walks, and hard hits to the infield pretty much.
A couple of homers from Indiana Wesleyan mixed in.
Right field's been the tough place to be tonight for Comstock and Deckman.
Throw over, he's back in time. Wilson, probably not thinking about moving, but you never know. Good speed over there. He's got McCutcheon and Ginder. The next 2 up. McCutcheon at the plate now. Here's the 0-2. Popped up right side. Back on it is Stavola, and it is just foul. Stavola had a chance over there for a moment, and really, if McCutcheon straightens that out, that might have a chance of tying this game up.
That would have, if that was a few feet over, it hits the foul pole and it's fair. And this game's tied, and just like that, a mound visit.
Yeah, Benjamin's going to come out and have a chat with Moorhead and maybe just letting him know not to throw that one again.
Well, McCutcheon's he's really kicking himself right now. I mean, not much you can do about that, really, but his last at bat when he struck out, he screamed immediately after he realized he was out. And he's thinking about that one. He's like, I could have just tied the game with no outs. I mean, there's not much you can do. I mean, a foul ball is a foul ball, but like you said, if that's a few feet over, this game's tied.
And I wonder if this maybe is just a head coach going out and making sure that the battery between Jenkins and Moorhead are deciding on one pitch, and that's the pitch we're throwing. No more discussions. Just to make sure they're on the same page. Seems like there's always one of those long foul balls in a game like this. Like,
yeah,
what if that's fair, you know?
Now there's another what if for the Foresters to contend with tonight if they can't rally back. There's a lot of them for both sides, really.
Moorhead. 0-2 pitch. Fouled away. McCutcheon, Huntington native, trying to bring the Huntington fans to their feet. Moorhead wants a new ball.
I was like, you don't have to do that to intentionally walk somebody anymore. Yeah, almost fouled off.
We already talked about Tony LaRusso today, 0-2 count.
Yeah, probably don't do that. I didn't appreciate it.
It goes against all analytics, I feel like. Here's the 0-2. McCutcheon checks his swing, able to hold, and now it's 1-2.
That would have been really tough swinging a ball in the dirt to strike out. I mean, we're looking at a scenario where realistically this might be McCutcheon's last plate appearance at Forest Glen Park under the lights here. And it's all up to this. I mean, like I said, you need a little rally here. If you can tie the game, great, but you still want to try to be in a position at the bottom of the ninth to go back up to the plate.
The pitch. Fouled away again. McCutcheon's looking to shoot the ball the other way. He's fouled it off kind of that direction all 3 times in this at-bat.
That foul ball that almost left the park flight is ringing in his head right now.
The bat not over yet. He can still make some noise here. He sent a long fly ball to left field in the last game against Iwu. Pitch. Breaking ball lifted, and this one's out of play as well.
Making everyone's heart sink again.
He was fooled on that one, though. I don't know if that one would have been enough, but he's staying alive, and right now we've seen all of Moorhead's pitches. Moorhead sets. Long battle with McCutcheon. The 1-2. Through the right side. That's going to roll. Stavola's going to try to cut it off. Over to first goes McCutcheon. He slams on the break. Wilson to third. And now 2 runners on here in the bottom of the 8th.
McCutcheon has had a really rough tournament, Preston. All for naught now. Take a look, this one high, a long at bat, over the head of first. It's going to go all the way to the wall where he wanted that. We'll see if they put McCutcheon and Ginder. Just the guy you want up in this moment, but there's a change, and it's going to be the big right-hander out of the bullpen. That's going to be tough, but my goodness, was that a break for the Foresters. They still got outs to give, though. Langston puts one of these in the outfield. They're cruising.
Ian McCutcheon has the Foresters rallying. It's been back and forth. Hunter Hoffman on the mound next. Iwu going with their best arm out of the bullpen. Conference championship on the line. When we come back, we'll have more in the bottom of the 8th. Indiana Wesleyan fans still trying to keep their good vibes going, but right now they find themselves in a little bit of a sticky situation with Langston Ginder coming to the plate. And you know, Carson, you just give yourself a chance if you're the Foresters, with Ian McCutcheon, Satchel Wilson obviously leading off the inning. And then you bring up a home run hitter in Langston Ginder, and you just have the right guys out there right now and coming up to the plate, but the right guy all tournament long, and really for the last month for the Wildcats has been this man on the mound, Hunter Hoffman.
Yeah, he's spectacular. I mean, there's no other way to put it. It's going to be tough, but here, you get runners in the corner. That's huge. I mean, that is absolutely critical. I'm not sure if they're going to try to move McCutcheon. We'll see if they get a pass ball, and even if they don't send Wilson home, they might try to get him in scoring position.
Hoffman has pitched 7 1/3 in this tournament, and he has not given up a run. He has only given up 3 hits and has struck out 9. Pitch out wide.
Not a good start for him. And Langston Ginder right here has wrote a storybook the last 3 years here at Forest Glen Park. Looking to close it out with a huge hit here.
Ginder flies this one down the left field line. It'll get out of play. Count is 1-1. Ginder, not his best night at the plate, but he's one of those players that if you're the opposing coach, you kind of put a star next to and you think, this guy can beat us at any point in the game.
Yeah, no hits on the night yet, but
counts 1-2 now. Hoffman, as I mentioned, big strikeout guy. Forrester dugout didn't like it, but Ginder didn't seem to be too upset with that pitch.
Yeah, it's just been inconsistent outside of the zone tonight.
The 1-2. Fouled off the foot. Ginder will need a break.
Yeah, he's going to walk this ball out.
You know, you look at Hoffman at his career in a whole, I guess, and he's been a first-team all-conference pitcher in back-to-back years. But if you look at his last 6 outings, he's given up 1 total run.
This would be a bad time to start.
Hoffman's pitch. Ginder chases. He's down swinging, and that's the first part of the equation there for Hoffman.
You have Matt Wolf. He's seen Division I pitching. Take a look here. Ginder incredibly frustrated. That one's way outside of the zone. It fooled him. You see it right on his face immediately. He screams and holds his bat. But Matt Wolf's a good guy to have. Like I said, he's seen Division I pitching, a former Navy midshipman. Was committed to Kentucky. Had to, unfortunately, caught an injury. Found a home here in Huntington, and now looking to bring his former home, his new home. A huge swing here, and he can hit fastballs.
Hoffman, though, doesn't throw a ton of fastballs, so if he's going to hit one, he better be ready for it. Hoffman likes to use that breaking ball pretty frequently. There it is right there. It's outside. McCutcheon still hasn't taken off, but we'll see if this is the time HU tries to get a little fancy on the bases.
They're really hoping they can get Hoffman to spike one.
There goes McCutcheon. It's outside, and they're going to give up the bag, so now a single potentially ties it for the Foresters.
Yeah, that's huge right there. I mean,
great jump, too.
Yeah, they were just ready to give that one up. They haven't attempted. That was their first stolen base attempt all night. Now with the 0-2 count, huge opportunity here.
The 2-0. Wolf watches up and in, and now it's 3-0. Jarrett Gray waits on deck.
Oh boy, I'm going to say take here again, but it's a tough decision with runners in scoring position.
3-0 pitch from Hunter Hoffman to Matt Wolf. In there for a strike.
Good take. Still your count, try to get on base, and Jarrett Gray looking to be a hometown hero.
We've seen the arm of Salmon already tonight. Morton good in center, and Stavala. Haven't seen a whole lot out of him yet. The pitch. Wolf takes down. He thought for a moment. Instead, it's strike 2.
Now he's got a small zone. You really want to wait, see if make him wait the call. This umpire tends to kind of wait a second before calling a strike. That's a really tough break there. I thought it was a little in. Let's take a look here.
Looks like a pretty solid pitch from that angle, at least. Here's the 3-2. Swing and a miss. Wolf comes up empty, and now the Foresters only have one out to work with.
Yep, Jarrett Gray.
Wolf, very strikeout prone, and that's been the case in this tournament, and another big one there from Hoffman.
That was a little high. I mean, you got to protect there, but that was probably ball 4.
Now it's up to hometown man Jarrett Gray. Steps in, the pitch. Through the middle, and that's going to get through. Here comes the runner from second, and Jarrett Gray, Huntington native, has tied the game for the Foresters. Unbelievable.
Hoffman has been unhittable, Preston. It's unbelievable. Jarrett Gray, hometown hero, just splits the gap. And just like that, this game is tied. The Foresters 2 straight strikeouts. They think they're toes. McCutcheon is gunning it. Thad Frame pumps his fist. Jarrett Gray hasn't had the tournament he wanted. All for naught now. We are tied.
Satchel Wilson, Ian McCutcheon get on. Next 2 get out with Hoffman on the mound, but Jarrett Gray delivers the biggest hit of his life here in the bottom of the 8th.
Jack Harlow once said, "I'm the face of my city." Jarrett Gray's the face of Huntington, Indiana right now.
He might have a billboard if the Foresters come back and win now.
He had a billboard earlier this year.
That's outside. Coons at the plate here. He's 0 for 1 on the night. Gray over at first, not great speed, but right now he's feeling good despite being a quick base runner or not. The pitch, that's down low, and it's 3-0.
They got a runner. They got another guy up in the bullpen just in case.
But think about McCutcheon stealing second base. That's the tying run right now.
Yep.
Just
they let him have it.
Yeah, no throw. 3-0 pitch. That's in there for a strike.
Good take again. See if they can walk him. And here's the thing, too. If you're the Foresters, if you can try to get through, you have Malott. You have Malott coming up after this. If he can get on base, too, Satchel Wilson gets another bat in the 9th, guaranteed.
Coons takes down, and that'll be another walk. So now the go-ahead run, that being Jarrett Gray, is on second base for the Foresters.
Jordan Malott. It's all up to him. Courtesy runner coming in. We'll see. Hoffman, one of the best relievers, Preston, in this league.
Yeah, he's been a first-team all-conference pitcher. And to be fair, he came in a tough situation, but the Foresters had to battle back, and they've done that twice tonight. Malott looking to give them their first lead of the night. Hunter Hoffman from the stretch. Malott swings and misses.
And like I said, no matter what, Satchel Wilson's going to get another shot. That is huge.
Not only that, but the Foresters at least have a shot to hit in the bottom of the 9th as well if this game does stay tied, like you were saying. But if HU can take the lead here, now they're only 3 outs away from winning their first Crossroads League tournament since 2017. Hoffman's 1-1 pitch. Outside, the count is 2-1.
Hoffman could not find the zone right now. He's losing control a little bit.
I mean, this is someone that has nearly been unhittable over the last month of the season. The pitch, swing and a miss. And no one's getting ready, except there is one man getting ready. A little dark down there, down the right field line.
Yeah, not the best lighting over there. Sun's just about gone away, but the Foresters' bat's looking to stay hot.
2-2 pitch. Lifted center field. Morton coming in. This is going to be a tough play. Instead, it's the second baseman, Roman. He makes the grab. But how about this to decide the Crossroads League tournament title? We head to the final frame. Jarrett Gray ties us up. We'll see you in the 9th. Indiana Wesleyan, HU, when we come back.
Bippa State Bank is a cornerstone of the community. Our banking building blocks were assembled in 1911 and haven't differed much since then. We still stay true to our local roots, aiming to support, uplift, and celebrate the citizens and businesses of Huntington. As proud lenders to and patrons of our local businesses, we make our community an even more prosperous place. And when you support local banking, you play an important role in Huntington's success stories. No matter what financial products you may need, your business is an invaluable opportunity for us to strengthen our relationship with Huntington, which we're fortunate enough to call home. Bippa's State Bank is banking at its best. We believe in community banking.
Take a look at our leader there, Adam Widener, getting his sprints in. Look at that. He has done an incredible job running FDN Sports this season, and that is a big reason why we are able to bring you all this action this week. It has been such a fun week of baseball and potentially the best game of the week here unfolding in front of us on championship night.
Yeah, for sure.
We, of course, want to thank Dylan Herring, producer tonight. Tim's been doing replay all week long for us. You know, Carson, you've been on the call with me for a while.
Erica.
Doing graphics. And then Hudson, my boy Hudson, running camera all week long as well. The 2-0. That's outside.
Matt Fouts has been here a little bit. Ryan Walker got on a couple calls with you.
Yeah, it's been a team effort, that's for sure, and it's been well worth it. This production has been awesome all week long. Joey Butts, 3-0 pitch. That just catches the zone.
Yeah, if you're Joey Butts, right now you're working with all the momentum. You got to keep your emotions in check. They got 2 guys up in the pen just in case.
Leadoff walk would hurt for sure. The pitch. Wiley swinging, lifted towards McCutcheon. He'll go back, and he's there in plenty of time and makes the grab, 1 up, 1 down, and that feels just like a little bit of weight off the shoulders of Butt.
Yeah, that's huge right there, and he kind of got worried there because it's getting dark out, and McCutcheon kind of took a step forward before going back, but that one was hit so high up in the air. And the good news is, if Gooden gets up to the plate, this game's probably already out of hand.
You're right. So you want to work in the bottom of this order. You know, Wiley, Matthews is up. Not that these guys aren't capable, but if you're on the Foresters side, you're thinking I'd rather face these guys than Gooden and Salmon and MJ Stavala even. Just, I cannot wrap my head around how many plays we've had that you think, what if? Take MJ Stavala leaning his elbow out in the middle of the strike zone now for a strikeout with the bases loaded.
Yeah, that was just that was not a good decision. I mean,
everything's just that much higher. You see everything. You feel the intensity. And right now, there's just so many things you can put a star next to.
Hello. That one got quite a bit of bounce on it. If you would have looked away, you might have thought it was a foul.
I say we may have almost been able to catch that one up here. 1-1 pitch from Butts out of the windup. That's right in there for strike 2. Carson, who's up for the Foresters in the bottom of the ninth?
Mosier, Comstock, Wilson.
There you go. 2 bottom than the top. Here's the 1-2. Swing and a miss. A big strikeout from Butts. First 2 up, first 2 down in the top of the ninth.
Look at this pitch here from Joey Butts. He started off a little. Joey has some of the best stuff on this team when he's on. And he's on right now. I got a horn. Who got a horn?
I don't know. That's new.
Yeah, I was going to say, where was that all night?
Here's the pitch. That is outside, ball 1. Remember the last time up, though, Jenkins hit a solo shot just over the fence down the left field line. So he's more than capable. At that time, it was looking awfully bleak for HU.
Yeah.
2-0 now.
What was that, 2 hours ago at this point, I think?
I don't even know.
It feels like it.
I've lost track of time at this point. Seems like I'm on a roller coaster.
We just hit hour 3.
2-0. That's not in the zone either, so now it's 3-0.
Take. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, take.
I would think so. Top 9 tie game. 3-0 pitch from Joey Butts. That's in there. I still think that even though Jenkins, took the Foresters' yard last time, you have to challenge here if you're a pitcher on the mound.
Yep.
Here comes the 3-1. Does challenge to Satchel Wilson. He'll make the throw over, right on the money, and the Foresters will have a chance to win it in the bottom of the ninth. Joey Butts, 1, 2, 3. Foresters looking for a trophy when we come back on FDN Sports.
The owner of JJ's, I invite you to visit one of our 7 BP convenience stores. And when you do, I expect you will experience hometown excellence in the cleanest and friendliest convenience stores in your community. Please also consider visiting JJ Java for the best cup of coffee in town, or JJ's Pit Stop for a quick, no appointment necessary professional oil change. Also, if you ever need a clean, efficient environment in which to do laundry, JJ's Washroom is ready to serve you.
Lights are on here at Forest Glen Park, and the excitement is on in the stands as HU has a chance to walk it off for their first Crossroads League tournament title since 2017. They'll have a tall task and still facing Hunter Hoffman, but those guys in this dugout right here on the camera you're seeing never gave up hope. They always felt like they have a chance, and they were able to battle back tonight twice, and now they're tied in the bottom of the ninth.
Let's go HU, chance raining out, and I got to be honest with you, Preston. I was not as confident as they were. I was getting really worried there. That solo shot seemed like the end. Like you said, they battled back, and now it's up to Mosier.
First pitch to Mosier's too low. Hoffman's still out there working in his second inning.
If Mosier gets on base, I'd like to see them sub him out for some speed.
Hoffman's 1-0. Mosier fouls it back. So you talk about the heartbreak of the Foresters throughout recent years. Right now, they have a chance to flip that script. Mosier takes out wide.
Real quick, if you don't mind, Corey Donovan actually directed the first 2 games. Forgot to give him a shout out.
Yeah, he did an excellent job. He was a lot of fun to work with as well.
Great dude.
That's low, so Mosier just 1 pitch away from walking.
I always got to remind myself, I used to say Donovan on the air. It's Donovan. Or other, I flipped that. I got it right so many times.
The pitch. Mosier checks his swing, and he didn't go. It's a leadoff walk for the Foresters.
Unreal right there. That's just the start you wanted. If you're Comstock, take pitches. You got to stay out of the double play. You got to give Satchel Wilson a chance. And like I said, they're bringing in speed.
HU making a change here. Hellshire coming in.
Mosier, a hero's welcome and out of Jay County, a former Patriot. Preston, it's so weird for me as an alum. I had freshman year class with a lot of these guys.
Yeah.
I'm sitting here thinking about this is their last game here. 5 years later, I've been gone for a year, but a lot of them got to take that COVID year. Maybe went and got their master's degree, maybe dial back their class schedule for a little bit to finish their bachelor's a year late so they keep playing.
And a lot of them have been this close before and unable to finish the job, so how sweet would this be? Bunt down. Jenkins has 1 play to first, runner in scoring position, and that'll flip the order to Satchel Wilson.
Had a bit of a rough night in the field, is accountable for the only 2 errors. Take a look here. This is a perfect bunt. I mean, textbook. Right in front of the catcher, it gets down. That throw is a little bit wide. It almost dragged him off the bag. And Satchel Wilson, another storied HU shortstop.
Does not want his career to end yet. Facing Hoffman. Takes first pitch breaking ball in there for strike 1.
Had a lot of walks tonight. See how much of a leash Hoffman has. They do have someone still warming up in the pen. I mean, I think it's Hoffman's game, though.
Here comes the 0-1. Lifted center field. Back on it, Morton. He had a good read. Hellshire is going to tag, and he'll get to third base, sliding head first. And the winning run now just 90 feet away, but 2 outs for Hoffman.
That substitution was huge. They needed that speed. They got the safety squeeze.
And it looks like
he didn't tag up properly. Oh, no, that is unreal. Thad Frame's going to argue it. They're telling him to get back in his coaching box, and he must be irate. Let's take a look here.
I think the only chance we see if he actually tagged up in time is if it's from the home plate angle. But what an unbelievable call in the bottom of the 9th. That rarely ever gets called. We'll see if we have another angle. And Coach Thad Frame is livid, and you can't blame him.
Let's look here.
So Morton catches the ball. Now, he was still on the bag.
That is brutal. You cannot let a series come down to that, Preston. That is absolutely brutal.
That's a really tough call for the Foresters, and it looks like at the moment it was the wrong call, and that could be season-changing. We head to extra innings. When we come back, Joey Butts back on the mound.
This is how we like to do it.
Butts still out there after another big call by this crew, and he'll be facing Morton. It surely looked like he was tagged up just based off of the camera angle we had. I mean, straight on, but
I think in that situation it has to be egregious. And I know I mentioned I'm an alumni, and I understand there's some people saying, okay, well, you're a biased commentator. If that was Indiana Wesleyan, I think I'd be pretty irate right now.
See if we can get a different look here from center field. Of course, we can't see when Morton catches it, so it's not going to work out there. But I think our best chance was the one from center field. And if you see the head of the base runner for the Foresters, it looked like it was still hovering over the bag when Morton made the grab. And Morton now at the plates down in the count 2-2. And it's just one of those calls that you never, ever see called.
In the bottom of the 9th inning of the championship game, no less. That's just, I'd like to apologize. This is
swing and a miss. Morton goes down swinging. And Butts has the first out here in the top of the 10th.
Yeah, I'd like to apologize. I got a little heated there.
I mean, it's understandable, and I think, you know, as an IWU fan, you said, yeah, he left early, and as an HU fan, of course you don't see it that way, and that's just part of baseball and the emotions. It's easy to get wrapped up in. Right now, Butts is trying to stay calm and deliver a 1-2-3 inning. It's just such an interesting call in that stage of the game. Here's the pitch. Lifted to left center. That's hit hard, and it's going to get down and go all the way to the wall. Engelsman on his way to second. McCutcheon flipped it to Gray, and Engelsman's on his way. So McCutcheon must have issues with his arm still because he flipped that ball to Jarrett Gray, and it just gave up that 90 feet to Engelsman.
Yeah, he flipped it over. I mean, that's just pretty tough. Now Joey Butts has 2 big outs to get. Let's take a look here. He's running after. He's giving it all he has. See the runner there.
McCutcheon flipped that ball to Jarrett Gray to maybe throw in, and for reasons we can't understand, that is a very interesting play there by Ian McCutcheon. You just wonder if it's because of the injury to the arm. I don't know. So that pushes the go-ahead run for Indiana Wesleyan just 90 feet away now, and they're going to bring in a new hitter, Jake Thompson.
If you're Joey Butts, you need a strikeout here.
You got Gooden on deck. Thompson has not had many at-bats in this tournament, but he has ran several times. You just have to wonder, is that why Ian McCutcheon did that? You know, we saw him get hit on that arm earlier. Flips the ball to Jarrett Gray, gives up an extra base. It goes as a double and an error. And I'm assuming that's just got to be the only reason why he would do that.
Yeah, I mean, he just must not trust that arm. It must still be hurting.
Here comes the pitch from Butts. Swing and a miss.
Yeah, Joey Butts did strike out here bad. Then you can get Gooden up. Thompson 330 on the year, one long one. Looking for a huge RBI 21 here.
Here's the 0-1. That's too high. That extra base, though, you know, HU just had 90 feet taken away from them, and then really in a way, HU gifted Indiana Wesleyan 90 more feet. That could be the difference in this game right now. Here comes the pitch. Fouled away.
Big pitch here for Butts. You need the strikeout.
One-two pitch. Joey Butts on the mound. He's trying to get through his third inning here against Thompson at the plate. Righty on lefty matchup. The 1-2. Fouled straight back. And the count remains 1 ball and 2 strikes. At the end of the day, whether that call was correct or incorrect, HU will be going home tonight either as a winner or loser, thinking they could have had more runs in different areas in this game as well.
Yeah, I think, that's one thing. I was sitting here and obviously a little bit perplexed by the call, but, Ross Foresters really could have been in a position where they wouldn't even have been batting right there. Preston, a couple errors early in the game, gave up a lot of walks.
2-2 pitch. Thompson chases. That's the second out of the inning. And now Butts will have to face potentially the best player in the league in Gooden.
Got him to chase outside, just what he needed to do. Good stop there by Kuntz, and that's what he needed.
They're not going to face Gooden. They're going to put him on intentionally.
Fair. I like that idea. It's really risky because if Solomon leaves the ballpark here.
2 outs, top of the 10th. Evan Solomon at the plate. He's homered in this tournament. He's had some big offensive performances, and right now he has a chance to have his biggest one yet. The pitch. Butts delivers too low.
Yeah, really good idea to walk Solomon there. I mean, I know Joey Butts probably wanted the moment to strike out the potential player of the year and let his team have another chance, but Solomon's had a little bit of a colder night. He's only 250 on the year.
Hits this one hard past the dive of Matt Wolf. That'll score 1. Gooden on his way to third. Gray picks it up. Solomon into second base. And the intentional walk does not work this time. And it's a 6-5 advantage for Indiana Wesleyan.
Yeah, this is the great Wolf did everything he could. I mean, that one just was low in the zone. I mean, right there, man. That's got to hurt for Matt Wolf over there. And Gray was struggling with it. I mean, he was having trouble fishing that one out of the corner there. Joey Butts still looking for that out. You've got to stop it here. If you give another base hit, you have to hit a slam to win this game. You still got McCutcheon and Ginder coming up.
MJ Stavola will step up. His last time up was extremely controversial as well. Stuck his elbow out and struck out on a pitch that was probably a ball anyways. You look at how this inning started, not that it really would have mattered, but the throw from McCutcheon that gave the extra bag, it just adds to the interesting aspect that this game has brought all night long. The pitch, that's in there for a strike.
And Joey Butts would just like a strikeout here or something in the infield, or just, I don't even care. Get an out. Joey Butts, that's all he really needs. I mean, you still got your powerful hitters coming up.
Here comes the 1-1. Fouled away. Stavola had that long at bat before being called out on the elbow K. I don't know what you want to call it. Batter's interference
interference, strikeout.
At the end of the day, it went down as a strikeout. Right now, he's looking to have another good at bat and put his team up a little more. The 1-2. That's just low.
Forester fans really upset with that one. Didn't get a good view of it from the home plate cam. But he still has a pitcher's count. Don't want to load him up here.
Butts looking for strikeout number 7. Lifted right side. Malott will settle under it, and he will make the grab. Iwu grabs the lead back on a Solomon RBI double, and the Foresters will have to battle back for the third time tonight. Right now, the hero Solomon. We'll see if another one's in store in the bottom of the 10th.
State Bank is a cornerstone of the community. Our banking building blocks were assembled in 1911 and haven't differed much since then. We still stay true to our local roots, aiming to support, uplift, and celebrate the citizens and businesses of Huntington. As proud lenders to and patrons of our local businesses, we make our community an even more prosperous place. And when you support local banking, you play an important role in Huntington's success stories. No matter what financial products you may need, your business is an invaluable opportunity for us to strengthen our relationship with Huntington, which we're fortunate enough to call home. Bippa's State Bank is banking at its best. We believe in community banking.
Well, if you have joined us just now, join the IWU fans with a little excitement because we are in the bottom of the 10th of the Crossroads League championship game. It's IWU up 6-5, and they're just 3 outs away after Evan Solman comes up with probably the biggest hit of his life. And we have had it literally all game long. Interesting calls, interesting plays, great pitching, timely hitting. Can't ask for any more. McCutcheon at the plate takes strike 1. McCutcheon's reaction tells us he didn't like it. Either way, it's 0-1. Ripped right side, giving it chase is Wiley. He'll run out of room. It's 0-2.
Hoffman looking for a big strikeout here. Make sure no one's on for Langston Ginder.
Hoffman wants to work quick. From the windup, here comes the 0-2 pitch. To the right side, over on it is Roman. Nice scoop, and the first out here in the bottom of the 10th is McCutcheon on a ground out to the second baseman.
Langston Ginder, this was a good hit right here. I mean, it almost ate Hoffman up, but he just made a good play on it and a short throw over. Ginder was Hoffman's first strikeout victim.
Ginder waved and missed before Jarrett Gray later in the inning came up and tied the game. Right now, Ginder might be thinking one thing, and that is to tie it. 15 homers on the year, 67 knocked in. The 1-0. Ginder takes away.
Ginder seeing pitches all night long. Really great plate discipline from Langston Ginder tonight.
Chance to continue his HU career. The pitch. Lifted straight up in the air. This is playable for Engelsman at shortstop. He'll make the grab, and now Indiana Wesleyan just 1 out away from winning their second Crossroads League tournament title in 3 years.
Yeah, it's all up to Matt Wolf, Langston Ginder. That one was high and right there.
So it all comes down to this. Matt Wolf. He's had a good night at the plate. 2 for 5, 2 runs knocked in. The pitch. Waves at it. Wolf hit 2 homers against this same IWU team earlier in the week. The 0-1. Hits it hard center field. Morton back on it. He's got a read, and he falls down. The ball is by Morton. Wolf strolls into second base. He's there standing up, and the Foresters live on for the moment.
Oh my goodness, Jarrett Gray having a chance to be the hometown hero again. I have no idea what happened. I thought the season was over for the Foresters. He took a bad read on it and he just slipped, and I think even Wolf thought he was out.
Yeah, Wolf slowed up a little bit getting out of the box. Morton fell.
Yes.
And now we're looking to see what's going to happen here. Maybe a pinch runner for the Foresters. Just a lot of standing around, but
I think, is that a Wolf's with the athletic trainer? They're going to send.
He seems extremely frustrated heading to the dugout.
What if he just kind of got ate up, but I don't know, he didn't slide or anything. Maybe, did they run out of pinch runners and maybe he's a.
I'm not exactly sure what's happening there. Either way, Wolf has given his team at least a chance.
Yeah.
Heading
I think Morton gave the Foresters a chance more than anybody.
That's fair.
I mean, that grass is probably getting dewy now.
Yeah, I think that's what happened. I think he went back on that ball. They gave it a double because he did slip Tyler Jacobs in to run for the Foresters.
They're putting, yep, Jared Gray's not even going to get a chance.
So Gray gets put on. Sebastian Coons now will get a chance. And now Coons has the chance to tie this one up again or even walk it off for the Foresters. You ever used to stand in the backyard and think 3-2, bottom of the 10th,
Yep,
you know?
100%.
This is what you dream of. Either way, this game has been well played, and Coons is looking to hopefully give HU the win. Hoffman looking to close it out. It's a 1-0 count. Runners on first and second. Coons hit a grand slam against this same team just a few days ago. The pitch. That's up and in, and now it's 2-0. Hoffman's the best reliever for Indiana Wesleyan. Coons, hot bat at the plate. Takes outside, it's 3-0.
His game, no one in the bullpen.
On deck is Jordan Malott.
Never mind, spoke too soon again.
Coons surely taking here on this 3-0 pitch. Hoffman sets the pitch. That's outside, 4-pitch walk. And Jordan Malott will have another chance with the bases loaded.
Oh my goodness, this game looked over a few short minutes ago. Malott just needs to get something in the gap.
So let's reset real quick. It's the bottom of the 10th, 2 outs. Hoffman's on the mound. Malott at the plate, who's 0 for 4. Tyler Jacob on third. Jarrett Gray on second, and Sebastian Coons at first. Jordan Malott. Here's the pitch from Hoffman. That's right down the middle, strike one. Single could win it for the Foresters. And out seals the deal for the Wildcats. 0-1 pitch. That's outside. Hoffman loves that breaking ball, Carson. You got to be a wall back there if you're Jenkins as well.
Yeah, this game could be tied in a moment's notice.
Hoffman gets the signs from Jenkins. And now he's going to step off.
Yeah, good thing he flicked his wrist there. If he didn't flick his wrist, he walked, and this game's tied.
Hoffman sets. Here's the 1-1. Malott fouls it back, and now the Wildcats potentially just one pitch away.
Does it get any bigger than this?
Fans on their feet. Malott at the plate, bases full of Foresters. Hoffman trying to send the Wildcats to the national tournament. Malott's going to call time just to calm us all down a little bit.
Yeah, he breaks the tension.
And of course, you only get one time now as a batter, so that'll be written down and taken notice. Hoffman gets the signs once again from Jenkins. Malott's ready at the plate. The 1-2. Just checked his swing, and now the count's 2-2. Man, oh man, you cannot draw it up any better than this.
No, I mean, this is, oh. So, times like these where sometimes you just like being a neutral fan.
Hoffman from the stretch. Up the middle, he knocks it down. Hoffman onto first, and he has sent the Wildcats to the national tournament.
Unreal. What an unreal performance from the Wildcats, and Malott with the play of his life, really. I mean, he knocked that down with the shin. Malott gave it everything he could in jubilation for the Wildcats and utter disbelief and heartbreak for the Foresters.
Hunter Hoffman, back-to-back years of being a first-team All-Crossroads League reliever. This year, not his best stuff, but this tournament, he was absolutely dynamite, and he has just sent his team into the Crossroads League Championship. Write that in history. That is their third Crossroads League tournament title since Rich Benjamin has been in charge. And this side continues to play great baseball, and their season will continue for just a little longer.
Yeah, that's what they needed from them. And Malott, you just got to feel from off the bat, if that gets past Hoffman, this game's over. Foresters win. It wasn't meant to be. He knocked it down. You just got to feel for the Foresters. A lot of guys put their heart into everything. They kept coming back. They never gave up.
Tonight it's heartbreak for the Foresters, and the Wildcats are on top of the world. Take a look back at this game. Iwu jumped out on top early. They continue to put pressure on the Foresters, but it was never going to be enough to knock the Foresters out of this game early as they battled all the way back.
Yeah, you look at a lot of moments of this game and you think what could have been for the Foresters. And I said that for the Wildcats as well. I mean, if they lose this game, you think about there's about 6 plays that Indiana Wesleyan will never remember that Huntington's going to sit with for the rest of their lives and for the rest of the offseason.
Just some of the bounces not going the Foresters' ways. On the other hand, it was kind of some calls and bounces that went Indiana Wesleyan ways as far as the pass ball and as far as the call at second base. And at the end of the day, their fans brought the energy. Huntington's fans were obviously here and proud tonight. They did their best to come all the way back, but at the end, it was just not enough here tonight. And you can't give enough credit to this Wildcats team that battled hard to even get here. They obviously only had to play the one game here today, and that was just enough for them to squeak this one out against HU.
Yeah, that was, what a great game of baseball. This is the game they make movies about, Preston. Unbelievable night, and this is the play right here. Unbelievable. What a night, Preston. It's been fun.
It's been a blast. We're glad that you guys tuned in here today. We finished the tournament on Tuesday night, and the Wildcats will continue their season as they are the Crossroads League tournament champions. The season and the dream lives on for Hunter Hoffman and the Wildcats, and we will see just how far they can go. For Preston Husband, Carson Watkins, all the crew in the back, we appreciate you tuning in all week long. 14 baseball games at Forest Glen Park this week, and we're glad you were able to catch maybe the most exciting one. We will catch you next time on FDN Sports. This has been another production of Crossroads League Baseball on FDN Sports.